So wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Yeah, here we go. It is another day. What is happening? Welcome, everybody. Good to see you all here. Beautiful morning in South Florida.
Good morning.
Enjoy it, drink it all in, because I hear it's going to be hell on earth on Saturday.
Hell on earth?
Hell on earth.
I heard it's going to even be a little bit of hell on Friday, too, possibly.
Could be, yeah. I think so. We got some stuff out there. The traffic is starting to brew a bit.
I think it's going to be crappy here in South Florida, just in time for me and Virginia to drive to St. Augustine, so it catches up there as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen what's going on in the northern part of the state. But,
Stormy road trip ahead.
yeah.
Our Suits has been following it. And
Okay.
He's tracking it.
Yeah, can Suits give us an updated, complete, concise weather report?
St. Augustine, 7 p.m. We need it now, Suits.
Okay. We'll try and get that. You're seeing Augustine weather for you set up here in just a bit.
This concert's at an amphitheater. Just note that.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's outdoor.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Oh, it's
yeah.
definitely raining on us.
We got a lot of stuff to unpack because, yes, this dream little trip that you guys had, there's a couple challenges it looks like are presenting itself.
It's ever-changing, Kevin.
Yes, kind of looks that way. All right, so we'll break that all down and a whole lot more on today's KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What do you think about today, Jay Bird?
So yesterday, before the show started, Virginia came into Dennys' little room where I was hanging out, and she goes, "Why are you screaming? What's going on with all this yelling?" And I wasn't mad. I wasn't PO'd. That's just how I talk sometimes. And I'm wondering if other people who grew up with a very large family like I did, there was so many people living at my place. I think what happens is you have so many voices coming in and out. You have to struggle to get your voice heard. And
Right.
a regular conversation turns into, "Hey, pass the spaghetti sauce."
Never mind, too, that you got to talk over the voices in your head.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot to deal with. But I get called out on that sometimes. But, "Bird, calm down. You seem so mad." I'm like, "Oh, no. I'm quite happy right now. I'm not mad." I always use this example. If you came over to my house and brought me over a free pizza,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, Kevin, that's amazing." Or if I ordered a pizza and they forgot to bring it, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe they forgot my pizza." It's kind of that level. And I think also, too, me being Italian makes me a lot louder. There's a lot of us, we're very Italian. We're always fighting over food, too.
There are just some nationalities that can be a little bit louder than others. And I think you're right. I think it does maybe stem from having a big family.
Yeah, I was just wondering, if you come from a big family, do you have that issue with yourself? I have been called out about how loud I talk my whole entire life. Have you? You had to have been called out for that, Virginia.
No, I haven't.
I don't know if it's Virginia's volume as much as it is the words.
I don't know. My friend who whispers over here can talk quite loud. When me and you try to have a whispering conversation, it's quite comical.
I'm just trying to talk over you.
Get out of here.
You make me loud.
Man, my mom and Aunt Ann, they were quite loud.
What's on your mind today, Virginia?
So the weirdest thing happened.
Okay.
And I thought it was going to be awesome, but now I'm like, this is really annoying. So Magnolia, my daughter's birthday was this week. Her Aunt Maggie, my sister, sent her a gift. She sent her a Lululemon gift card.
Oh, nice.
But you can buy them through Amazon. So
Okay.
she bought it on Amazon. Amazon sends the Lululemon gift card. And my sister had asked me, "Hey, did it come in the mail?" And so I was like, "Oh, I think something did. Let me open it up and see." Sure enough, it was Amazon from Lululemon. But what they sent us was a plastic wrapped pack of 10 gift cards for Lululemon, but it wasn't taken out of the wrapper. It was still in the plastic. So none of the gift cards have been activated. It's 10 $50 gift cards. My sister ordered one $50 gift card.
Sister.
but it's 10 of them.
Okay.
And none of them have been activated. Now what the hell am I supposed to do with 10 invalid? They're just Lululemon gift cards that are worthless.
Hey, at least it's not what someone did to me one time. I went up, it was a $50 gift card, and I went to go buy something. They go, sir, you only have $11 on this gift card. I was like, dang, they gave me an $11 gift card.
Yeah, I've seen that. In fact, that's kind of happened in my family. Somebody was kind of, in a sense, tipped. They had done something like, oh, you know what? They're like, don't worry about it. Like, no, please have these gift cards. And you get the gift cards, and one has $3 on it, and it's like the Starbucks, and one has like $2, and the whole thing. It's like, I guess it is an exchange of money, but at some point, it's almost like more work than what it's worth.
Give me money, please. The very first endorsement in radio, they tried to. They said, "Bert, we can't give you any money, but would you accept tacos instead?" I'm like, "Well, how many tacos? 5 a week?" I go, "5 a week? What?
What?"
Yeah, so I guess I have to get in touch with Amazon now and give them back this pack of gift cards that are worthless.
Now you're in this Lululemon drama.
Yeah, now I'm in this thing with Amazon. At first we thought, oh my gosh, we've got $500 worth of Lululemon. So for about an hour, it was super cool. We were like, oh my gosh, instead of giving us $50, they gave us $500. We're like, woo, this would be awesome. And then we realized, oh wait, none of these cards have been activated. They just sent us a bunch of inactive gift cards that haven't been rung up at the cashier or whatever. So it's just like, oh my gosh. Get your act together, Amazon.
So much drama.
so much
drama in the LBC.
It is, man. My gosh.
Yes, it is. Let me see what I've got on my mind here today. Let me see. There's a couple things I got going on here. One thing that I thought was kind of interesting, they say that love can happen at first sight. I was like, how cool is that? They've actually been able to prove that it is a real thing. They've been able to study what goes on with our bodies, and when you meet somebody that you connect with, they say that the actual time for romance to blossom is around 2 minutes, and they were able to track this by looking at skin, sweat, and physical movements. And they would really mark those, and they said that they would change when men and women would meet during speed dating. And this is where they did this little study. They said that couples who were interested in each other romantically had similar skin sweat rates, an indicator of being biologically in sync within 2 minutes. And they say interested couples also would then synchronize their physical movements throughout the date, like smiling, nodding, moving arms and legs and things like that. They just said there's an odd kind of thing where sometimes you just sync up with somebody.
Y'all still believe in that thing where if someone touches your arm or they grab your shoulder for a second, that's a sign that they're into you? If I was walking,
they do behavioral scientists, and they study all body movements and the language that you say even without speaking. And that's one of the things, the telltale signs that they say. We've gone through kind of all the how to know that she or he's into you, the little markers that they do.
But you ever meet somebody that's kind of like that with everybody? They're very
some people are just touchy.
Yeah,
some people want to sleep with everybody.
You're right. Some people are just loose.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Some people are more touchy and flirty. This is going on right now on The Real Housewives of Miami. There's this one girl on there. She's a lesbian, but she is super flirty. She's married to Martina Navratilova in real life.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But she goes on the show and flirts with these other girls and is very touchy, very flirty. Some people are just like that.
Yeah.
Martina Navratilova says she's not worried because she knows she's coming home to her, but I don't know.
I took class with a girl. She would give out these hand massages, and they felt so good on the palm. And she'd always do mine. And the one girl that sat behind me would say, "You better stop having her massage your hand. You're giving out signals that you kind of want her." And I was just trying
You did.
But I actually really didn't. I wasn't attracted to her. She just gave some bomb-ass hand massages.
To my groin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And another thing, too, after you find that special somebody and you all sync up and you do actually get married, there's a new study saying that married people and being married can reduce your chances of an early death by 20%. They say having that companionship and camaraderie
And
is good for the body.
they'll find the dead body quicker. I mean, if you're single and alone, you could be dead in your house for weeks.
Oh, there's a good chance I will be eaten by my pet.
Whatever's left of you, we'll put that on your tombstone.
Yes.
Well, what lies here is what's left from what his pet didn't eat.
I will say this, I will be quite delicious.
Okay, I'm sure. Yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah. Let's just hope you're dead first. It's not easy being a parent. So if you got any problems, you can send us an email and we'll give you our thoughts on it. Mail at kvjshow.com. This one wants to know, is it too young to get a tongue ring at the age of 16? Says, my daughter just turned 16 and wants a tongue ring for her birthday. She's the lead singer of a band, and I guess she thinks that this is going to be something that's going to make her look cool. My husband and I hate this idea, but don't want to drive her away from us. My daughter can be moody at times, especially when it comes to her fashion. My husband says that because we pay for her phone, her car, her clothes, and pretty much everything else, we get final say about what she does to her body. My husband wants to dig his heels in on this one and refuse my daughter's request to get a tongue ring. Is he right, or are we going to drive our daughter away? Yeah, I mean, the first thing that I would think about here is that went off for me as a red flag is she's the lead singer of a band and she wants a tongue ring. I mean, right there, you might want to just, this might be easily handled if you just try to simulate what a tongue ring could possibly do to your singing voice and the way you sound.
I don't know if that's going to mess anything up. The tongue ring won't mess your singing voice up.
Okay.
Yeah, there's people that sing with tongue rings all the time.
Okay. That was my first thought.
I mean,
I don't know.
her mouth may be sore for a day or two, but as far as singing, she'll be able to definitely
Don't you
sing.
have to have a parent go with you for a piercing like that?
I mean, in today's day
Is it
and
like a
age-
tattoo?
I mean, don't you have to have that for tattoos as well? I know people that got tattoos when they were way before 18.
I mean, I guess there's always going to be somebody out there that'll break the law to take your money, but it doesn't feel right.
None of this feels right, Virginia.
She's 16. I mean, a tongue ring is usually for
Yeah.
Look,
right.
can't
Adult
she-
activities.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like you're telling her how to dress or anything.
Yeah.
You are the parents. No, aren't you allowed to flex some kind of parental power here?
You can. It depends on where you want to, divide the line. To me, there are a lot of kids as teenagers. They're trying to find and assert their own independence. And the first thing they can do is what they do to their own body. So they want to express themselves. And it feels good to them. It seems like a natural part of human development. And parents get all bent out of shape about it. And, a lot of times the thing that's nice is some schools kind of regulate the way your kids look.
true.
So that's easy to lay on them and say, hey, look, that would be a violation of school code. You can't do it for that reason. So it's not us, it's them. The other part of it, as a parent, I've always been cool with my kids doing whatever they want to do to express themselves. It's a nice way and it's a nice bridge to gap. She's 16, going to be 18, an adult very soon, to make all of her own decisions and start giving her more control on things like that don't matter about her body. That would be my take. Every parent's set differently, but I'd be like, go for it. My only first comment would be, hey, you sing. Is that going to do anything to impede your singing voice?
No, Dad.
I know somebody who got a tongue ring when they were younger and they regretted it. You can take out a tongue ring and it heals back pretty quickly.
It does.
Which I was shocked
Really?
to
Okay.
learn. I figured, you're just going to have a hole in your tongue forever. That's gross. But they were like, no, it healed back. So it's not one of those dumb things you do that's irreversible. I don't think it's even as hard to deal with as a tattoo that you hate.
Yeah.
I'm seeing someone else say it's going to affect her singing voice. I've known plenty of people who've gotten tongue rings and have been able, they didn't do anything to their voice. Maybe it does for some, but people I know, it didn't affect their voice at all.
Okay. Yeah, well, that would be the one thing. To me, what you can do is you can help her. She needs to investigate to find out all the ins and outs of this, because this is what a responsible adult should do. You should do a little bit of research to find out, first and foremost, find out, does it affect your singing voice, yes or no? And talk to people that are doing it, have them sing if they got a tongue ring in, and call it good. It's something that if she wants to do an adult act, she can pay for the adult act. So does she have the money to do it all for herself? Make sure that you find out about infection and healing over and things like that. So help her work through and do all the homework herself, would be my thought. So that's where I'm set. Every parent is different. To me, this isn't one of those things I would want to start fighting with. A lot of times when I notice parents of teenagers and they want to start fighting about these things, then that's when they just don't have a good relationship and things become unnecessarily contentious.
A lot of times, I think, too, if your kid wants to do something stupid, which I think for me, a tongue ring when you're that young is kind of stupid, as long as they're not going to really get permanently hurt from it, if you let them do it and realize on their own that it was stupid, it might help them to make less stupid decisions further down the line.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know. That's just my thought of it. I also don't sweat that much about, like, what they're wearing and all that, because there's so many phases. Mm-hmm. This tongue ring, for the young person that I'm thinking about in my family that got it, it was totally a phase. They got it. They outgrew it within like a year.
Right.
And then they let it heal up.
Yeah. One text said, my daughter wanted a nose ring at 16, and we said, you can do it when you're 18, and by then she didn't want it. So, that might be fine too. Say, hey, look, you got 2 more years. When you are an adult, do whatever you want to do to yourself.
I thought, isn't that okay to do too? I mean, I'm paying for all your bills. I love you. I don't think it's a good idea. When you're 18, have at it.
I think too, the piercing shop wants you to bring a parent with you, right? Most of them.
Typically, I would think.
I'd imagine, but who knows what's going on out there?
Because remember last year, Mags came to me and she wanted a belly button piercing.
Right.
She was hanging out with a girl that wanted one, and then all of a sudden she wanted one, and I was like, can we drop this loose friend?
Well, they probably don't want her to get the tongue ring because, you were already making jokes about, I know what those tongue rings are for. The parents know that, and that they don't want that. They don't want to have to go through that with their daughter.
It's a sexy thing. As far as I understood it, it's a sexy thing.
And I don't think that's always the case, but
sure.
It is as soon as you see the tongue ring, like, oh my God.
People my age are going to think it's a sexy thing.
People at a lot of ages are going to think that.
And honestly, she's old enough that definitely can be part of the conversation that you have about her getting her tongue pierced. Is say, hey, look, there are a lot of people who are going to see that, and they're going to think that. If you don't care about that, then that's something you take on all on your own.
But just know.
Be aware.
That's going to be the message you send to some people.
There will be a lot of comments about it.
Mom, are you slut-shaming me?
People love slut-shaming.
People do. They do love to. People just love shaming in general.
Mm-hmm.
Raising kids sucks sometimes.
It does.
Ugh, I'm not going to lie.
Mama, do you need some Kahlua?
It is stressful, y'all.
That's why we're here to try to help. This email says, okay, what should my son's punishment be? I got a 16-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter. They got into a huge fight, which led to my son cutting off my daughter's ponytail when she was sleeping.
Oh, damn.
Obviously, this caused some major problems when my daughter woke up. My wife and I are having a tough time deciding on what to do for his punishment. I want to take his car away for the entire summer and cancel his summer vacation. He was supposed to go deep sea fishing with his grandpa for 2 weeks in Maine. My wife thinks this is way too harsh. She thinks we should allow him to see his grandfather and that we should take his car away for only 1 month. My wife and I can't seem to come to an agreement. What do you guys think the proper punishment should be?
Don't take away the grandpa trip, because grandpa could croak any minute, and then that's taking away a really awesome family bonding moment.
Oh, Grandpa's not listening.
Well, if you take away the grandpa trip and then grandpa does die, good luck with that guilt.
True. Yeah.
No car for you for the summer.
Yeah, no car for the summer.
I'm taking it. I'm going old school punish. Yeah, you get to see Grandpa because we're not punishing Grandpa. He did nothing wrong.
Grandpa didn't do anything.
You're cutting ponytails off, dog.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. You can't be cutting off ponytails.
No, it's aggressive. It shows you have no respect for your sister or our family or code.
I couldn't imagine I was sleeping and someone cut off my PT.
What would your sister have done to you if you did that?
It would have turned into a WrestleMania. It would have not gone well for me.
That's something you don't do. You have to take the car away for the whole summer.
Okay. I think I would let his sister cut the brother's hair, and he has to keep it that way the entire summer. And if he changes his hairstyle from what she gives him, then you take the car away and everything else.
Only thing I don't like about that, there's some people that can rock the goofy punishment and be like, oh, look, I've got a reverse mohawk and no eyebrow. And and people, oh, it's so badass, bro. I don't know.
Okay.
It can backfire.
All right.
A teen boy really loves his car.
Yeah.
He needs his car. His car is his freedom. It's his access to ladies. It's a bunch of things. You take the car, I think you hurt him the most.
Am I bringing my own ponytail baggage into this thing? I think that's a top crime right there.
You relate more to the sister.
I without a doubt relate more to the sister. You're cutting off ponytails? Oh my gosh. It's the evil, Virginia.
I agree. It's very evil.
Okay. Let me see. A couple different comments coming in on this. Some people are going for shaving of the head. That's a couple of the comments. The only problem, I think, with the shaving of the head is there are more and more people that are shaving their head, and that might not really stand out. That's why I think if you're going to do a hair punishment back, have it be where she gets to style it however she wants, and you can really jack it up.
It sounds too TikTok-y of a punishment for me.
does.
I'll go, oh, wacky
It sounds
hairdo.
too goofy.
It's too goofy.
And he's going to be able to be just fine. It's not going to hurt him on
Agreed.
a deep level. Taking that car will hurt him.
I take his phone. 3 months of, we got to think about some things. But I know I don't have kids, and I know I'm old school.
Okay. And a couple other people are sounding off, and they are saying that when it comes to the tongue ring, not a little thing, I would push it off until you're 18. Get it then if you want. So that was one more comment that came through. If you're looking for some guidance or you've got some guidance to share, you can always reach out to the KVJ Show. Send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com.
Or if you've got a tongue ring and you want to call us and sing for us
Yes.
and prove that it doesn't affect your singing.
Right.
By the way, that's a good do it bitch punishment. Losers got to get tongue rings.
Oh my gosh.
Step it up, bro.
There we go.
No. I'm not doing that.
I would do it if y'all wanted to.
Oh my gosh, you're insane.
I'd go as sick as you guys wanted to go.
You've lost your mind.
Yeah, well, a long time ago. I got a couple of would you rather's, tough scenarios. Tell me, which of the two would you actually go with if you had to? All right, what do you think? Would you never drink water or alcohol ever again?
I would never I hate water.
Yes.
I'm drinking it right now, and I'm allergic to it. I know I am.
Yeah, I am. I know it's if I had to, I really need to drink a lot more water and a lot less alcohol. But my gosh, it's just a lot more fun to drink alcohol over water.
Wasn't I just bitching and moaning in here the other day? Like, I hate water.
Yeah, you were.
Off the microphone.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes me. I have to force it down. It's a curse from. I only got that one kidney. I have to be drinking water, and it sucks.
What about you, Virginia? And now let me say if I made it tougher. What if it wasn't just water? What if it was basically every other beverage that you'd have other than alcohol?
Oh my gosh, all you can drink is booze or water?
Yeah, or other liquids. What would you do then?
I mean, I love a lot of flavor.
Yeah. So what would you do then if the only thing that you could have was alcohol, or it had to be a beverage that had alcohol in it?
I couldn't drink every day.
I couldn't either. I don't think I would live.
I would be bummed out on that deal.
I think because of the damage you do from drinking every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I need the 4 or 5 days I take off in between weekends.
Yeah, I just don't think you could hydrate enough
Right.
to be able to do that move.
I mean, you have to really.
You would kill yourself.
You have to suck.
I think you would.
You'd have to
Well-
make your own little with the ice or something.
You would give yourself cirrhosis of the liver.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And then you would just die.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would work that out really well.
So is it even tough for you to say, versus water and alcohol, which one you would choose, Virginia?
I mean, I drink more water than I drink alcohol.
Okay.
That is just a fact.
So what if we took one away forever? Which one would you choose?
Gosh, I guess alcohol, but it's
Oh,
not
wow.
fun.
Okay. So you choose water over alcohol. Wow.
Oh,
How about
it's
that?
very depressing.
Oh gosh, water's rough.
It is tough.
It's rough, man.
If cirrhosis doesn't get me, depression will.
Yeah, I don't drink a lot of just straight water.
Remember when I got in trouble at our old station? I was bashing water so much, and some water company called one of our bosses, and he's like, "You cannot trash water anymore on the air." I go, "What? I can't rip on water."
Can't smack talk water.
He was serious too.
That guy needs to sit down.
Okay. Would you rather be an okay looking person but very funny and interesting, or be super hot but boring?
Oh my gosh, looks fade. You want to be interesting as you're getting older. You definitely get rid of the looks, man.
Yeah, I don't know how great looks would be if you were boring. I think you'd just be hot but bored. I mean, you can make it work and have a lot of fun being an okay-looking person, but funny and interesting. That's a much better way to go.
See, you know how Kate Moss testified for Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if y'all knew this, but Johnny Depp and Kate Moss hung out at his show in London over the weekend.
You called it.
And yeah, we did call that. And she reminds me of somebody who is super hot but boring.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I was thinking about that. I was thinking about their relationship because I was deep diving into it. And when they broke up, he broke up with her. They were together for quite a long time. And when he broke up with her, she was devastated and said it took years for her to recover from that breakup because he treated her so well and she loved him so much. And I look at her and I think she's hot but boring.
Okay.
And I think eventually hot but boring, you do get bored with it.
That's what kind of did him in. He was like, yeah, you're really hot, but I just...
Well, I mean, look what Depp's into, dog. He's talking about...
He had a lot of options, too.
I mean, they were talking about
Depp
boxes.
has so many options and so much charm. He's the opposite of boring. Mm-hmm. He's charisma to the max.
Yeah.
But is that why they broke up? Because she was hot and boring?
Okay. I don't know.
I think way much too about this trial.
You definitely.
I'm
what happens when you do the dirt.
I'm way too in it, baby.
Yeah.
We kind of got like a free pre-dirt, and I didn't sign on for that.
You love the Johnny Depp trial.
You know what? I'm over it, though. I'm glad it's over. It was exhausting, Virginia.
Okay, would you rather have super white crooked teeth or perfectly straight yellow teeth? Which would you rather go with?
White and crooked.
Butter cutters are tough. I have to go white and crooked.
Yeah, they're very white, but they're very crooked. Or they could be perfectly straight and all lined up, but they're yellow.
We're talking man in the yellow hat yellow. I mean, it's bad.
It stands out yellow, yeah.
Give me white.
Baby got black.
White and crooked?
White and crooked.
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
Because white and crooked, they're still healthy.
It looks healthy, yeah.
Yellow, yellow says to me, you're not taking care of yourself.
Okay. And what about this? Would you rather sleep in the same bed sheets for a year or only get one shower a month?
Bed sheets for a year.
Yeah, because I think if you showered enough, and then that's how you would work it. You would just always be clean when you get in your bed.
But there's nothing better than clean sheets. Oh.
Then you know what? Go a whole year without showering only one time and see how that goes for you.
A month.
Or a month. Yeah, a month you would be pretty gnarls.
I would be pissed. You're right.
I mean, after day 5, you would lose your mind.
You're right.
Yeah. Because you have longer hair, it would get greasy.
You're on day 28 and you're getting your clean sheets. You'd probably be upset and be like, gosh, I'm getting these things so filthy.
I can't do it.
Sheets, smeets. Yeah. I'm going, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there, Bird. Do you believe that babies can see spirits? Sydney O'Haver does. Her husband recently passed, and she believes she has captured video of her 7-month-old son playing with his deceased father while calling out his name. She's posted this video on TikTok showing the 7-month-old baby kicking his arms and legs while calling out Dada. And she claims that her baby has also been looking off at something that isn't caught on the camera. Now, what does the baby sound like? Here's some audio from the video.
Who is it? Is Dada? Can you say hi?
Now, babies do make a lot of noises. They're just sounding things out. And that arguably could be just something that a baby is sounding out. There is the one spot where it does clearly say Dada.
The other thing, too, I would just, if we're doing a full official ghost investigation, you would have to ask, too, the mother, do you bring up Dada a lot to your baby when you're talking to him? Because the kid's going to take that and is going to absorb it and then say it. So that'd be my first question.
Now, people checking out the video, there were a lot of comments there, including one spirit medium who said, I can confirm that this baby 100% sees his daddy and communicates with his presence.
Well, I don't trust that psychic medium because nothing's 100%. You should never trust any human that says something's 100%.
Already discredited.
Oh, but well, anyone's claiming that 100% they're right on something they can't prove, I throw a little shade. Even with the stuff I talk about, it's always 99.9.
And there was something else that you're not going to get because you're not seeing the video, but one other person noticed that the dog seemed to be looking at the same thing that the baby was.
Ooh.
And a lot of times people think that animals can see spirits as well. And so they think that's maybe some confirmation. So on TikTok, people were really buying into this.
Well, of course.
Now, other people in KVJ Nation have seen it. Nurse Schmidt said, yeah, I saw the video. I'm not convinced, even though I'm an overall believer in the spirit world.
I'm in the camp of a Nurse Schmidt. I believe, and this very well could be the baby looking at the dad, but there's not enough proof. There's just not. It's a great story. It's going to do well on TikTok. You have the father passed away. It's a baby. It's going to do great with the numbers.
How did the dad die?
That I don't know.
And Heather said that this woman is probably in mourning, and, hey, look, if this is what gets her through, then that's all good. But, some people are thinking that might be the reason why she's really manifesting this, thinking that the baby is seeing its father and playing with it and calling out its name.
Yeah, again, not saying that it's not, but that video doesn't offer too much proof.
There's all kinds of threads of it, though, online of babies seeing ghosts. Like, it's not just this one chick who's saying babies see ghosts.
No, I believe they do have, some kind of, they're pure, they're innocent. I mean, a baby is just, it's got all the innocence and purity that you want, so they think that up to a certain age, some babies can see some stuff.
Now, the most convincing part of the audio that we heard was the time where it really did sound like it was saying Dada. Okay, but somebody who is a speech-language pathologist just texted in and said that Dada is a sound that babies make early. It is one of the first produced sounds. So, again, it just really could be a baby going through its sounds and working stuff out.
Yeah, on a 1 to 5, the story is a 5. 1 to 5 with the footage. The footage is, 1.5 when it comes to...
Yeah,
there's just nothing...
it's low on the scale of believability.
So, do we think the baby's lying?
No, I just don't think it's... If you're going to do a real ghost investigation, you want to go in there and get, you want to prove everything, what it's absolutely not.
Yeah. Stephanie puts us in the category of ghost hopeful, and I think that probably is, but hey, again, whatever gets you through.
Agree.
I think the baby's deceptive.
Well, you believe everything on TikTok. No one's surprised about that.
Yeah. That's a lie. What?
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, I'm sure most of us that were following the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial got the news yesterday, but in case you missed it, here's what it sounded like when they read off the jury's verdict and the whole thing. Do we have it?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff up here. I'm reading through pages of stuff.
Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes. As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $10 million. As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $5 million. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
Did she see elements of defecation?
Well, she definitely proved that.
That's right.
Has Ms. Heard proven by a greater weight of the evidence? Answer, yes. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $2 million. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $0.
Okay.
So
it was very confusing.
It was, and then I
yeah.
saw people trying to explain it, and every time someone would explain it, they had a different number. I go, can someone get this right, please?
It was a mess there for a while.
So it looks like the jury said that basically they wanted Johnny Depp to get $15 million, but the judge was like, well, you can't give him $15 million. You can only give him $10.3 million. And they're like, all right, well, we want Depp to get $10.3 million is what it came out to, and Amber Heard to get $2 million because of what a lawyer said, not necessarily because of what Depp said.
And then I heard, too, And it was confusing. You know what? I'm actually going to back out because I'm not going to explain it well.
Well, they said, too, that Amber Heard plans to appeal.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going to happen there, if we're going to have to go through any of this again.
According to my
What?
sources, Virginia, they say it does not look good for Amber Heard in a retrial.
But it's been 6 weeks. I mean, that is a long time to be going through this.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's over for them. I really hope there's not an appeal where they would have to go through anything again, because it's just like, all right.
I don't know if America can handle it again.
I don't think America
Yeah.
could.
It was a lot. I was
was
in
a
it,
lot.
but I mean, it's my favorite Johnny Depp movie.
But we don't want a sequel.
All you need to know on the money is Amber owes Johnny $8,350,000. That's what it all comes down to.
And I had heard because during their divorce, he had given her 7. And so they're giving him back the 7 that she didn't give to charity, and then $1 million for interest.
Okay.
Which led to the 8.
What?
That's what somebody said.
You just broke my brain.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to talk for 5
Well,
minutes.
see, I said I wasn't going to explain it.
And then you did.
I did. It was,
You
couldn't
could
help
not
himself.
help yourself.
Objection, Jaybird. Shut up.
You argued with yourself and you overrode your first statement. Here's one you're going to like. Guess who's single, Jaybird?
Shakira.
Shakira.
I just love her to pieces.
She and her man, they say, according to the rumor mill, are separated because he cheated on her.
How do you cheat on Shakira?
They've been together a minute. They've been together 12 years and they have 2 kids. And you know what they say. That's not what they say.
Yeah, I'm just doing my Shakira.
They say, now this is all just rumor, but he was seen enjoying the Barcelona nightlife and hanging out with other women, and that she actually caught him at one point with another woman. They decided to separate, and now he's really out there enjoying the nightlife up till 3 a.m, accompanied by multiple women coming in and out of the apartment he's got.
I'll tell you this song I heard not too long ago. It is such a jam. Remember she sang Underneath Your Clothes? That is such a good song.
Oh, it's a great song.
I know. I should have brought
You
that.
just found it?
No. I hadn't heard it in a while. I'm old school loving that song.
Shakira, for me, goes like 7 or 8 deep. That I love her jams.
Give us a cut of what you like. Give us a cut.
I like that She-Wolf.
Oh my gosh. I saw that
She's
one
a she-wolf.
on Saturday Night Live. She did a live performance and it brought out the wolf in me.
Is that what you call it?
Oh my gosh, Kevin. I was fixated.
And finally here, it looks like Jada Pinkett Smith is breaking her silence on the Oscar Slapgate.
Okay.
She aired an episode of Red Table Talk all about alopecia. But before they went into the alopecia episode, she kind of did I'm just going to look at the camera and talk for a second. I believe we have some of that for you.
Okay.
Now, about Oscar night, my deepest hope is that these 2 intelligent, capable men have an opportunity to heal, talk this out, and reconcile. The state of the world today, we need them both. And we all actually need one another more than ever. Until then, Will and I are continuing to do what we have done for the last 28 years. And that's keep figuring out this thing called life together.
Okay.
All right. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Some celebrities having a birthday today include Aquafina, 34 years old. Wayne Brady turns 50. And Dana Carvey is 67 years old today. Also got Amir having a birthday. Proud of you and all your accomplishments. You're a very smart, kind, attentive, giving, caring, and the best brother you can ask for. Can't wait to celebrate your birthday with our first cruise, mom, dad, and your little brother, Timur. Also, happy birthday, love Lila, Bean, and Aubrey May, fur babies Rudy and Nikki. Little shout out here. Love playing all your games in the morning, KVJ.
Yeah, games.
Also, happy birthday to Sassafras in Wilton Manor. From William. Also, happy 33rd birthday to our amazing, fabulous, beautiful daughter, Caitlin Steele, from Mom, Dad, Scott, Courtney, and her family, Nick and Afton, Brooke and her family, Mimi, and sweet baby Kennedy Grace. And there's a cute photo right there on KVJ TV.
Aww.
KVJShow.tv is how you find that. All right, coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we have got a round of Who's Got More Money. Talking about celebrity stuff, and this is going to be shifting with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, I guess. So who has more money, Jason Momoa or Amber Heard? And this is an interesting dynamic because a couple of things that have come out from the ruling yesterday is, I guess, Jason Momoa went on and liked Johnny Depp's comments post-trial. You know, when you click like, people can actually see who liked it, and people went right away to check and see if Jason Momoa did, and he did. So that kind of brings up a little bit more about, okay, how much did he get along with Amber Heard, who his co-star at least was.
That's due to come out, too. I mean, it's already out. I filmed, I should say.
Yeah, it's Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, and Amber Heard is his love interest, and apparently they've edited her part down significantly because I guess the chemistry's not good between them.
That's what came out in the trial. They were saying, did Johnny Depp have anything to do with you not being an Aquaman too? And the head dude said it was nothing to do with Johnny Depp. It was a chemistry issue.
Yes.
and then they pan, they show Amber Heard's face like devastated.
I retweeted this funny tweet yesterday that made me belly laugh. That they have now started a petition to replace Amber Heard in Aquaman with that lawyer Camille.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. I can see that. And that signature, by the way, from change.org has got 4.5 million signatures on it. They said that it is among the most signed petitions of all time.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's a lot of detractors of Amber Heard out there, apparently. All right, well, people are talking about how much money Amber Heard has. I mean, if she's got to pay Johnny Depp, what, $8,350,000? How do they even make somebody do that? Are they going to garnish wages? I mean, is she ever really going to pay that? I mean, she got that settlement for $7 million before the divorce and was going to give it to all these charities, and the trial kind of proved that she really hadn't gotten around to that yet.
She pledged it, though.
Yes.
That's amazing.
So how much money is Amber Heard really worth? That is the question. Compared to Jason Momoa, her co-star in the upcoming Aquaman movie, who do you think's got more cash?
It's Momoa.
Yeah, I think it's Momo.
It is, but I thought it'd be by a lot more. Jason Momoa has got a net worth of $14 million. Amber Heard's is $8 million.
You might want minus 8.
Well, she'll actually be minus $350,000 if her net worth is right and she actually paid that money to Johnny Depp.
I think what they do is they start taking it out of your wages. I think they garnish you.
So she's still gonna be able to make a living, but she doesn't have to pay it all in one lump sum.
Yeah, because think about it. I mean, they can't say you have to pay it all in one lump sum, then the person would be homeless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how that works, especially when you're talking about actors and actresses. Does it make it different? Because, they're not like us in the sense where we usually have regular jobs and there's a paycheck that's handed to you.
Yeah, how does that work? If anybody's ever had their wages garnished because of a court order,
yeah,
do they take a bunch at once? Do they let you pay it out over like 5 years?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's just incremental. But, my question is, when you don't have a regular paycheck, what do they do then? Because theoretically, an actor or actress, they're unemployed a majority of their life.
Well, she needs to get an OnlyFans. I saw somebody put this on Twitter yesterday. I think it was Josh Cohen. She needs to get an OnlyFans of bed pooping because there's going to be a niche market for that.
Okay. All right. A couple other ones here. Will Smith or Johnny Depp? Who do you think has more money there?
You got Pirates, which is a huge franchise.
Yeah.
Huge.
Because the question is
bigger than anything that Will's has done, right? As a franchise, I'm talking.
Yeah, I don't think Will has that kind of franchise. Nothing to that level. So who do you think's got more cash? Their net worth is greater.
I still think it's,
I think it's Will. I don't know, though. Johnny's got an island.
It's true. Yeah.
I'll make it interesting. I'll go, it's Will Smith as more.
Will Smith is more. Yeah. $350 million is the net worth for Will Smith. Johnny Depp is at $100 million.
Okay.
Does divorce affect that? And all this legal stuff?
I would think so.
Johnny Depp's?
Yeah.
That's a net worth without factoring in what just happened in the ruling.
But he did have to divorce her and pay all those lawyers' fees and all that.
Well, I'm just saying he lost out on a lot of money in the last 6 years where Will Smith did not. So that's what I'm wondering.
Well, I think a big part of Johnny Depp's issue is just how much money he spent. You know, that's what they talk about. In the 2010s, it had really been rough for Johnny Depp because he had all the success with the Pirates. Then he really kind of got into drinking more and drugging, and he was spending a lot of money and buying islands. And then he was getting a difficult reputation in Hollywood, and not as many people wanted to work with him. So he's lost a lot of money over the last decade.
If I had all that money, I'd buy an island, Singer Island, and we would turn it out. Local, right down the street.
Singer Island's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
Well, let's dream. Let's go for
You
broke.
need to go for Peanut.
Oh my gosh, I'd love it. I'd love if we owned Peanut Island,
Or maybe Cashew.
KVJ Island.
Or maybe Munyon.
Yeah. I think even Peanut Island's a bit too big.
Remember when Virginia was trying to make Munyon the hot spot?
Yeah.
Munyon's the new Peanut.
Yeah. What I thought about Johnny Depp's net worth, it was kind of interesting. It's $100 million, and that's what Amber Heard was trying to go for. So I think theoretically she put that number at $100 million because she just wanted to wipe him off.
She wanted the knockout blow.
Yeah, she just wanted to take him down to $0. Chris Rock or Ricky Gervais? Who do you think has a larger net worth? Who's
Chris
got more
Rock.
money?
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock, okay.
Really?
Ricky Gervais is $140 million. Chris Rock is $60.
Damn.
Ricky Gervais has got The Office.
So he gets credit for that, doesn't
He's
he?
making money from that. Yeah, he's the originator of The Office.
Good for him,
I'm sure he
man.
has a chunk of what happened with it. Because he made the British one, but I'm sure that he had licensing for the American one as well.
Dennys is watching a new version of The Office, and it's from a different country, and I forget where it was from.
Is it the British one?
No, it's Dennys. Yeah, he said it's some of the same storylines as the American one.
Oh, really?
And so he's watching it. He's like, "This is so bizarre." Yeah, you're all watching The Office from where?
It's the Hindi Office.
What?
Which is weird because Hindi is a mix of English and Indian. So
Okay.
they'll say full sentences in English, and then all of a sudden it's back to Indian.
Oh, wow.
Or Hindi, rather. So it blows your mind as you're watching. And they cherry picked the best storylines from the Office series. So if you're a fan, you'll recognize all of them, and they'll just mix them all together in random episodes. So you're
Dang.
watching it,
Yeah.
and you'll recognize that it's from 2 different episodes.
So does your boy Gervais get money off of that too?
I like to look into the licensing. I bet he does. I bet everything that's The Office,
Greg
he's
Daniels,
got a
Ricky
cut of it.
Gervais. You mean for the Office, the
Yeah,
British
that's
Office?
why we were just trying to figure out because his net worth is $140 million, and that seems to be a lot. He's not
Guaranteed.
getting that from a Netflix special.
No way.
No, definitely. He was in on the creation of that, him and Greg Daniels and Michael Shore.
Okay,
so
so-
those 3 are definitely getting paid for anything that has the word Office
He
on it.
sneakily got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Between me, Denny's wife Jen, and Suits, we are so ready to get into some kind of The Office trivia, and we think we do well.
Oh, really?
If,
Okay.
We want
Put
to
your
get
team together, huh?
a tournament. Yeah, we think we can make big money on this thing. We're good.
Okay.
We are good.
And by make big money, you mean like $20?
$20 and probably a basket of wings.
Free beer.
You're right. Yeah. Free beer for the night.
That'd be awesome. Okay, what about Keenan Thompson versus Kate McKinnon? Who has a higher net worth?
Keenan should, because he's been on SNL for 70 years.
Totally.
Yeah.
And he had all that. He had
Right.
Good Burger.
Yeah.
It's got to be him.
Gonna go with Keenan Thompson. It is Keenan Thompson. Not by a lot. His net worth is $13 million. Kate McKinnon's is $9 million.
Okay.
How about Pete Davidson versus Colin Jost? Who's got a higher net worth?
It's got to be Davidson, right? Because he's doing major movies.
Colin Jost,
Is with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
That's not his money.
true. It's definitely up to
He
his,
still gets to play with it.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Pete Davidson and Kim
Kim
Kardashian.
Kardashian.
Aw,
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian definitely has more than
Kardashian's-
Scarlett.
I hate this conversation.
I'm just happy you brought it back to Kim K.
I'm so annoyed with myself. It's Pete Davidson, Kevin.
It's Pete Davidson. Colin Jost. He's worth $10 million. Pete Davidson's worth $8 million.
So the head writer must get a lot in SNL.
Must.
What
He
about
probably has other deals we don't know about either.
True.
what about Ed Sheeran versus Adam Lavina, Maroon 5? Who's got more money?
I think it's your boy Sheeran.
It should be Sheeran. But that Adam is a great businessman.
So
he runs that band like he is the boss.
The money comes with the writing credit, and I know they both write, but do they write their own songs? Do they? Is it Adam Levine and then 9 other names on that song?
Mm-hmm. It's a good guess. I don't know. I mean,
I'm gonna go Ed.
Okay, you're gonna go with Ed.
Give me Ed till I'm dead.
Ed till you're dead. It is Ed Sheeran, $200 million. Adam Levine, $160.
Okay. Neither one is playing.
Do you think when Adam Levine counts his money, he sings high?
Counts high. Yeah. Probably.
Who do you think has more money, Post Malone or Harry Styles? Who's got a higher net worth?
I'm going to go Styles, only because I think Post Malone, he gets his money, he has fun with it.
Okay.
He's going to make his own.
What are your thoughts, Virginia?
I'm actually fascinated by both of these guys. I think they're both so intriguing and interesting. And
Styles got more money.
Styles is more mysterious, but Posty is more likable. I'm going Post Malone.
You're going to go with Post Malone? You'd be wrong.
Also, can you make a new rule that Virginia can never call him Posty again?
Posty.
You don't tell me what to do.
I mean, you're so hip.
I'm a real fan.
Harry Styles is worth $124 million. Post Malone is worth 45.
Wow.
Yeah, that could change because Post Malone's got a new album coming out this month. But Harry Styles right now has 13 of the top 20 songs.
Well, I
on the
mean,
Hot 100.
that's
13 of the top 20.
Massive.
Every single song on his new album is in the top 20.
Damn.
Right. That's kind of impressive.
Sometimes you're just in that zone.
Yeah. So that's what the celebrities are worth. What about you, though? My gosh, I just even saw today that even people who are making a household income of $250,000, 1/3 of them are living paycheck to paycheck. Isn't that insane?
Well, inflation, man.
Yeah,
Gas
it's crazy.
prices.
Gas prices, yeah. Did you see what gas did overnight?
No.
Another 6 cents it went up. In the state, the average is $4.71 a gallon. Palm Beach County is the highest in the state at $4.82 a gallon on average.
I feel like every time Kevin talks about gas prices or the real estate issue here in South Florida, he needs to play very sad music behind it.
It should be.
I just saw it depressing. They had a story. They tricked you. They got me going, oh, things are going to be better for real estate in South Florida. And then I clicked on it, and it was the opposite. It was about how if this goes this way and this goes that way, it will be better in 7 years.
Oh,
it's like, oh, what a depressing
7 years.
Gotta hold off for 7 years.
I might be dead in 7 years.
Okay, well, with everything going up in price, what have you cut back on or even given up? What did KVJ Nation have to say? We'll let you know next. We're talking a little bit about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. It's all over, thank God. Basically, it boils down to this. Amber Heard owes Johnny Depp $8,350,000 is what it comes to. Will he ever see a penny of that? I don't know. Does he even care? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't.
I think what he wanted was his reputation back.
Exactly. And in
he
his
released
statement,
the
he said
statement.
that. Yeah, so...
That's what it's about. It's about being able to not have everybody in Hollywood think you're a wife beater and not want to give you jobs because of that.
Sure, yeah. So, if they were going to try to get the money from Amber Heard, it doesn't sound like she'd just be like, okay, Johnny, here you go. You won fair and square.
Let me scratch you a check.
Yeah, my net worth is $8 million. Here's the $8 million that's going to bankrupt me, and then I'll give you the $350,000 later if I get another movie. No, it's probably not going to happen. So how do you do it if you're garnishing wages? Somebody texted in and said, I work at a bank, and I see it all the time. Court orders will come in, and they can just snatch right out of the account at any time. And most people are shocked when I tell them what happened.
So the court order comes down, and they go right to the bank and take it?
Guess so. That's what one person texted in.
That's why she was looking all sad. They had to zoom in on her sad face when she knew she wasn't getting any money.
She better go to the ATM and get that cash out.
Yeah.
You better hide it in a shoebox.
Right. And Johnny Depp wasn't even there, so he's,
Yeah, he's out playing music with musical legends.
Yeah, he's like...
He wasn't in the court?
No.
Oh.
They said he found out. I thought I read Johnny Depp found out what was going on while he was on stage hanging out with playing music. That's what I thought. I could be wrong though. There's a lot of bad information
Okay.
out there. A lot of it coming from me.
Somebody else texted in and said, yeah, my wages have been garnished a few times, and they're allowed to take up to 25% of your paycheck until whenever the amount is paid off.
Okay.
So you have a 25% sentence on your check until it's all paid.
So they can take 100% of what you have in the bank and 25% of what you're currently earning.
Yeah, I don't know if they can go in there and wipe out your whole account all at once. That's the
Damn.
one thing she didn't say, but they can go into the account itself.
Girl, you better make sure you have no money in no account.
She's doubled down too after she's expressed disappointment. It's a setback for the Me Too move. I mean, she's
Yeah, she's and people are kind of dividing their own lines on how they're going with it. Yeah, she basically went on to say in her statement that I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough.
Girl, you were caught lying so many times on the stand. What are you talking about?
She said it sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. It sets back the idea that violence against women should be taken seriously. And she said it cost her the right to speak freely and openly.
That's not how free speech works. She spoke freely. She doesn't like how people reacted to what people get free speech messed up all the time. I don't think people understand what free speech is. You can say what you want, but doesn't mean you're not going to get anything thrown back at you.
Yeah. Johnny Depp said, the jury gave me my life back. I was the truth.
Pirates.
So, yeah, it is kind of fascinating, the whole garnishing of the wages thing and how that all goes down.
It
That
is.
would just suck, wouldn't it? So, there you go. Well, if you just lost a big trial to your ex and your wages are getting garnished, that would suck because gas prices are up. Everything is up. Your rent is up.
Uncrustables.
Uncrustables is up.
Only thing that ain't up is these boobies.
Yeah,
Got to get them lifted again.
that's right.
Mine are pretty perky these days.
So with everything going up in price, what are you cutting back on or giving up? It's kind of interesting to see just what people are hacking out of their lives. And obviously this is going to trickle down. I'm wondering some businesses like a Starbucks, would they say, because I think there are things that are first to go in our lives. And it seems like when you talk about if there is ever a tightening of the pocketbook, that your expensive coffee is one of the first things that people say, you know what, I got to train myself to not do that. I'll make it at home, whatever it is. And so I wonder how this inflation is kicking at Starbucks.
I told you about that one couple. They were major potheads, and they both stopped buying pot. And they said after 1 year of that, they saved about 20 grand.
Wow.
With their
Yeah.
when they looked at all of their
Sure.
how much pot you smoking?
But they're sad, and then they're getting divorced now.
They're not doing good.
Okay, yeah. It's tough because, yeah, when we really look and we all got our own little vice, something that we do for enjoyment to be able to smile on this rock as it spins around the sun. You look at how much you do pay on that. Everybody's probably got their own thing, whatever it might be, whether it's even just binge watching. Because, some people are saying, like Rob, he said, I've cut back on a lot of my subscriptions like Netflix, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. So, those are those added little frills that you do that aren't necessary.
I tell you what was freeing was getting out of my gym membership. I had that thing for so long, and I'm finally free.
Yeah.
It felt liberating. It felt good.
Especially since you weren't using it.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. A lot of people are cutting out other little frills. Cynthia stopped drinking. She just gave it up. She's like, I couldn't afford it.
Wow.
How about that, huh?
Oh,
Oof.
she gonna break.
Yeah. Patricia said, my husband and I, we both quit smoking. That's good anyway for many different reasons.
Amen.
But that is not cheap.
That's one of those things that you're going to look back on and you're not going to regret giving up smoking. You're going to be so happy you did that for your health, for the people around you, for your stank.
But you're right though. Those cigarettes. Some people, if they're a chain smoker, they can go through 2 packs a day, and they are not cheap.
No, they're not. It's one of those things where it's like that seems to be a sensible thing to cut out. Other things that people on the KVJ Show Facebook page said that they are cutting out because of the price of everything going up. Jamie is cutting back on food delivery. Said, I just got into the groove during COVID, and it's just gotten out of hand now.
Girl, I hear you. I see you. I've scaled back a great deal. I still do it every now and then. Sometimes it's cozy, not to worry about cooking. I've been cooking a lot more.
Okay.
A lot more. That's why I got so many burns on my hands. I'm burning myself a lot.
It's just so much easier. If you're gonna get food prepared by somebody else, get takeout, get carry out. That delivery, they tack on so much fees between, you have the tip, then you have the $4.99 service fee, then you have the $4 delivery and upcharge. Like there's so many fees that they add on sneakily.
I'd say typically you're wasting about $15 to $25, and $50 is probably a little too low. You're probably shelling out $20 to $25 on fees alone when you do that
You're
kind
right.
of stuff.
If you're ordering a big order, I've got a family. It's always a big order. I pay about $35 in fees and tips, if not more.
And you also want to tip well,
right? Because you don't want to hurt the person that's delivering it.
But
You
then
feel bad for them.
You're looking at a lot of money, and then you go to your bag, and you're missing a burger, or there's no cheese.
Yeah, what?
It makes you a little. It makes you a little upset.
Mm-hmm. Other things people cutting back on, looking at the vacations. Lacey said that we're doing staycations instead of traveling so far, and you look at the cost of gas. It makes sense.
Yep.
Kathy said, "Yeah, we stopped going to the amusement parks and any far places." Michael's even switching back to a flip phone to save money. How about that? I wonder how much money you would save on that, though.
Is it worth it? Are you
Yeah.
able to text anybody with that thing?
I think you have to text, but you have to hit it like 3 times to hit the C.
My dad's got one of those old ass phones. He's always complaining. It's never working right.
It takes you 45 minutes to just type "see you in a minute."
Uh-huh. People are switching their grocery stores. John said going to Walmart now instead of Publix. Save money.
Look,
it is a move you can make, and I have documented the difference. I look at it, and there is a big difference in Walmart and Publix prices.
You know me, I love me some Publix, but there are things you can get at Walmart that you can, that's in a package that is a little bit cheaper, but you're at Walmart, and then you want to get cologne, and
But
Keith
look,
has the key.
If you buy macaroni and cheese, I buy a lot of that crap because Rocco loves mac and cheese. It's a big difference.
You can really live off macaroni and cheese for not that much money.
Okay,
you
yeah.
could. You're not going to be healthy,
right?
But you have food in your belly.
You can do better now because they make a protein pasta.
Protein pasta. We're talking mac and cheese. She comes out with protein.
I didn't mean to insult you.
Other things that people giving up. Michelle is giving up her monthly wax. Time to break out the razor. Carlos is so bold to give up strip clubs. Said, I just can't go every night.
To go back to that razor thing, be careful. That's how you get bumps, girl.
And Matthew has been so bold to give up cocaine. So good for you, Matthew. That's what people are giving up here with the rising cost of everything. We did also ask the question. I was just kind of curious with the gas prices, where they are, up another 6 cents overnight. $4.71, the state average, higher than that in Palm Beach County. What's going on with these hybrids and these electric vehicles? Is it really a good thing to do? Are people jumping on it? There's an interesting thread on that. I want to jump in with people's experiences of what it was like for them. You can go check it out on the KVJ Show Facebook page. Well, gas prices up another 6 cents overnight, looking at $4.71 on the state average. So at what point are people going to start looking into these hybrids or electric vehicles, and what are the ins and outs of it? I'm one of those people, I don't really know a lot about it. I haven't looked into it, but every time you see the gas go up, you may be like, maybe I should look into that. Tiffany said she bought a Ford Fusion hybrid last year and cut her gas consumption in half. She then gave it to her daughter and got a Tesla in the fall and is saving about $300 a month not buying gas anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, she said it costs about $50 to $60 a month to charge at home. That's what her costs are. Somebody else texted in and said they got a Tesla about 8 months ago and said it's the best car he's ever driven, was paying $80 in gas a week since he drives so far from work. Now he pays nothing except for a couple dollars. And it costs to charge his Tesla nightly in his garage. He said, by far worth every penny.
Wow.
Okay, so there's a couple positives that are in there. Corinne loves her hybrid. It was $1,400 more. Stopping for gas about half as much as I used to, and next time I'm going fully electric. And another comment said, I bought a Prius Prime plug-in hybrid 3 years ago, and I'm obsessed with charging it. I know where all the free chargers are around town. I spend about $200 a year in gas, and if I drive far for work, the trip will be expensed for the miles, and I will spend negative dollars in gas.
Wow.
Yeah, so that all sounds good. So as prices do go up, I think more and more people will be looking into it. But there are a lot of ins and outs that you got to know, I think, to make it work. So, but
and you got to put that
into it.
plug in your house too. You got to have all that stuff installed. Those guys from Rack Electric that were out at our hurricane party, they were showing me they come out and they build this whole panel and they build the plug right into your house.
Baby got rack.
Yeah, so it's interesting stuff there. Thank you for all the feedback. You want to read up on all the comments, what people are saying. And there's a lot of negative on there as well, of course, as you would expect with a Facebook thread. So.
Oh, really? People were being negative on social media?
A lot of negative. Yeah, a lot of negative. I did see something that was rather interesting. We were talking about delivery and how people have cut back on it. Chick-fil-A is now testing something new. It looks like it's kind of a box that's sitting on a bicycle, and it is a warm delivery device that looks like it will pretty much ride in the bike lane, and they would send it from a Chick-fil-A right to your door, and then they text you a code, and then when it gets there, you use the code, you open up the little door, and your food comes right out nice and warm from the delivery device.
Ooh, warm chicken?
Yeah.
How much is the delivery service charge?
Yeah, that's the question. They didn't say in it just how much it's going to cost. It is available right now in Florida.
It's $40.
I see those cars always around, the Chick-fil-A cars.
He's talking about a little one, like a little robot.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying I see that they're already they're already cornering the market. Not a lot of places do that when it's them just as the sole driver. McDonald's, I don't see any McDonald's cars around. I see what you're saying. I know it's a small one.
Chick-fil-A is trying to get into the delivery business. Yeah, and these are unmanned,
driverless.
Driverless.
It's little, like a person wouldn't fit in it. You know what it's the size of? You ever see on the back of those bikes how people have those kid carriers?
Oh yeah,
it's the size of that.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't believe the Chick-fil-A. It was such a long line. I mean, it went out, if you know where the one is on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, it went all the way out around the parking lot into Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard. People were stalled out there to get in line, and it only took 20 minutes to get that food. Compared to the Popeyes, who had nobody, it was about 20 minutes to get the food.
Chick-fil-A is doing efficiency better than anybody else right now.
It was pretty dang efficient.
Mm-hmm.
They are. Because they have 40 people working that drive-through, too.
They did not have 40 people working at Popeyes, I can tell you that much.
They never do.
And the good thing about having a robot delivering your chicken instead of a driver, I don't think a robot's going to eat part of your chicken.
Not yet, but we're getting to the point where robots are becoming more humanized. They will start eating our food, Kevin.
You think robots are going to lick your pepperoni?
They're going to do all the weird stuff the delivery drivers do.
No.
It's just going to take some time.
They did a poll of 500 delivery drivers, and here's what they found. 80% of food delivery workers admit to eating part of their customer's order.
80%.
We knew it.
I'm telling you, 30% of the pizza drivers have licked your pepperoni.
There was one time during COVID, I know for a fact this person ate 80% of my fries. There was 6 fries left.
Yeah.
And they were messing with their mouth at the door like they had food in their teeth.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing I can do about it.
At that point, you're like, nah, I guess, I hope you enjoyed the fries.
If you're going to touch my fries, what else are you touching in my bag?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're all up in my bag.
Well, and other things to think about, some other confessions of a delivery driver, 25% admit that they've hooked up with somebody in their vehicle. So they've got their bodily fluids right where you're going to set their chicken a little bit later.
I wonder how often that happens. You go deliver something and bow. Love at first sight, as you said, Kevin.
Yeah, where it happens.
They get a little bit...
It does happen, yeah. They say 10% of delivery drivers admit to urinating on or near a customer's home. And 10% have had to urinate in a bottle while making your food delivery.
Oh.
I hope they have maybe some hand sanitizer or something.
That's disgusting.
How many times has an Uber Eats driver knock on the door? Here's your food. Hey, I got really bad poopy cramps. Can I just hit your toilet real quick?
Yeah.
The answer is no. It's going to be a hard no.
A hard no.
The delivery drivers did complain about customer behavior, the tips. 73% say they get bad tips. At 30% say that they've been a victim of tip baiting, where people will put in an order online, type in a generous tip, and then they'll zero out the tip after the delivery.
Now, for it to be officially tip baiting, that means you had to have nailed it with your order as the driver, because I can see someone giving a really good tip and then they open up their bag and they're missing 4 burgers.
True.
And they're like, well, that would not be tip baiting in my opinion.
But then whose fault is it if they're missing 4 burgers? Are they supposed to check the bag before they leave? Because when it comes from some places, it's sealed.
I hear you. That's why there's always, it's their fault. No, it's their fault. You never can really get.
You're right.
I mean, technically, if the bag is sealed, that is on the restaurant. You
Totally.
gotta check your food.
And, that's just it. That's one of the things about the delivery game is what you're going to get. Somebody's calling out a pizza place in Green Acres, a big old chain. And they said, yeah, we ordered delivery on Friday and our pizza looked like they were tossed around in the car.
Damn.
Apparently, one of the workers in the store went on a rampage and was throwing pizzas all around the store. And our pizza was one of them. So we went back to the store to complain, and when we got there, several customers were in line with the same issue. Good thing, though, they promptly remade our order and refunded our entire $60.
Well, that's good. They fixed the problem.
But just what the heck is going on in some of these places now that somebody went on a rampage, and then they just said, all right, just take it, put it in a box, and deliver it. I said it looks like it was in the middle of a boxing match.
Oh, I've had that happen before. You get a pizza and you go, would you spike this down like a touchdown?
Remember that time you got a pizza and you immediately dropped it on the pavement?
I think I still ate it.
You did?
Yeah, dude. I'm a Pennington out from Lake Park.
If they don't box it at the pizza place, he's going to drop it on the pavement.
They had that 20-second rule. We had that 20-minute rule.
And even when you go into places, weird stuff is happening. We'd heard about the Burger King, where there was nobody in there to work.
Yes.
Nobody had shown up but one person, and when the one person got there to work, they quit because they're like, I'm not doing this all by myself.
I don't blame them.
That's so overwhelming.
And Virginia, you said you went to Chuck E. Cheese and there was like nobody there, and they couldn't even give you pizza.
So we walked into Chuck E. Cheese at 6 p.m.
West Palm one?
This is the one up in Stewart.
Okay.
It's newer, it's cleaner, I like it, it's nicer. So me and Panda brought Rocco there just to give him a little hour of fun time. We're going to get a pizza. Rocco could play some games. Just a little fun for him on a Saturday. We walked in and the girl goes, yeah, sorry, we don't have any food. There's nobody here to work the kitchen. There's no pizza. All y'all can do is play games.
Wow. That's crazy.
No food.
Well, that's why it's so clean in there, because no one's in there.
Right, no one's eating.
Gosh.
No
wow.
food. 6 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that story a lot.
I am too. I saw another restaurant completely closed because they had no workers.
I have family in the restaurant industry, and there are times where there's supposed to be 6 people, working on staff in the kitchen, or,
Yeah.
one person shows up. One person when they're supposed to be. That'd be like you coming in to do the show and everyone's gone.
Yeah, I'm walking out.
You have to walk out.
I'm gonna take a day.
What are people doing for money? I'm so perplexed with this.
I'm so confused.
They don't have bills, and
where's the workforce that we had before COVID? Did they die from COVID?
they still have their lights on. They still have power. Like, how does this? I don't get
Well,
this.
there are jobs available, but the argument always is, well, they're not paying enough. But
then what are you doing in place of it?
What are you doing in place of it?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fascinating stuff.
Fascinating. Maybe they're all doing OnlyFans.
Yes.
I mean, I hate to break it to you, not everyone hits the gold when they are doing OnlyFans.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, 'cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, we had heard some crazy stuff about Phil Collins' ex-wife. Their relationship is odd to begin with. So they were married for a while, then they split up for several years, and then they got back together for several years. And it sounds like at the end there, it got really weird, and there's all kinds of accusations. She's accusing him of, like, terrible stuff and saying that, he would pee the bed while she was in it because he couldn't control his bladder or his bowels.
Is that celebrities' move to just tell everybody in the world, yep, they're crapping and peeing the bed? Is that the move?
I don't know what she was trying to do. She's also still fighting with him over the sale of a mansion. She says he promised her half of the profits from the sale of this beautiful, big, huge mansion. And it just sounds like it got ugly.
If this goes to trial, I don't know if I'm going to watch this one like I watched the Johnny Depp one.
It's tough.
The Collins version.
But this girl might be even more crazy than Amber Heard. And this is why I'm now interested in hearing what she has to say. So, a bodyguard that used to work for Phil Collins and his now ex-wife, her name is Orianne. This bodyguard said that Orianne paid $30,000 to a black magic priest to get some sort of black magic potion to slip into Phil Collins' wine when he wasn't looking so she could have control over his every being.
You think people won't do this kind of stuff, and then you work with somebody who breaks into a coworker's office to steal their hair to do a voodoo spell?
$30,000. She paid for this potion and then put it in Phil Collins' wine.
People do this crap, man.
And the bodyguard's rolling over on her and saying, look, the bodyguard was getting paid a lot of money to work, like $40,000 a month for him and his whole team to provide protection for this chick and Phil and all kinds of people and their properties. He said he finally quit because he couldn't stand her craziness.
Dang.
Well, she sounds like she's insane.
If you look at pictures of her, y'all, I don't want to judge a book by its cover, but she looks like she might be a little insane.
She got that crazy eyes.
She got that crazy eye.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Crazy eye is a thing, y'all.
You can't see crazy in the eyes.
You can see it.
You really can.
And yeah, now they are battling over this Miami mansion because she wants half of the money from the sale of it. And he's like, I don't know what she's talking about. I never promised her half of anything.
Is that your Phil Collins?
It is.
Oh,
okay.
Man. You kind of half committed to it. Dude.
I half
You
gave
got to go
Phil.
full gorilla, man.
I gave you half
If it's
Phil.
going to suck, let it suck 100%.
And yes, in case you missed it in the first dirt, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial is over. Basically, they awarded him over $10 million, but then they also awarded her $2 million because of what a lawyer said. And so I think in the end, it looks like she's going to owe him $8 million, but he's walking away claiming victory.
How long until you see him in a movie? Until he signs on to do the movie. Not maybe go to see the movie, but...
I think he's already signed on to do a movie project.
Really?
They released that information like 4 or 5 weeks into the trial when it was starting to look like, okay, everybody believes Johnny. They released the story that he had signed on to an upcoming movie project. He's already got a movie in the works.
But what I wonder is, will he go back to being a leading man, or will he be the side character guy for the most part now?
Honestly, do you think at this point, I think he got his reputation somewhat back with all this.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to care in the beginning? He probably is going to be happy that he's somewhat back to normal.
I think you will see him come back as a leading man.
I do too.
Yeah.
I really do. It's just a matter of time and the right project and the right everything presenting itself to him. But
now, does someone give her an opportunity, a big opportunity, or is she going straight to B movies?
I don't know. I think she's still kind of bankable.
I think they still may give her a shot.
I think they will.
I know most people are going to disagree with that. Somebody's going to give her a shot.
Absolutely. This girl will still work as an actress. Now, will she be an Aquaman? probably not going to be in any future Aquaman movies. But there's plenty of other lower budget films that would love to have Amber Heard. Her well is not dried up. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Who wants to laugh their ass off? Ooh, I know I do. He wrote some funny punchlines just for me and you. It's Dennys Joke Jury.
Who's ready to laugh?
Oh, you know it. All right. Comedy time. Then he's got some jokes. We're going to be the jury to let him know what is hitting and what is not. What do you got for us today, Dennys?
All right. What do you call an overweight conspiracy theorist?
Overweight conspiracy theorist. I don't know. What do you call him?
A fat earther?
That's real good.
Yes.
Do that again on Weird and Whatever tonight.
Yeah, you're right. Second joke. How did the gingerbread man feel after smoking a joint?
I don't know. How did he feel?
Glazed and confused?
Okay. All right. Yeah.
You're doing smart comedy.
Yeah. What kind of operation was the bookie running out of the furniture store?
Operation. I don't know what kind.
Illegal betting?
Betting.
Play on words, Virginia.
I love it.
Play on words is where I live.
I like it. I was just like,
He does.
Virginia's typing. I love it.
Fourth joke. Who was the eye doctor sneaking off and having an affair with?
I don't know. Who was he having an affair with?
His optometrist?
Tom Mistress. Okay, yeah.
A little bit of a stretch, I get it.
Full dabber, and it was late in the
Yeah.
night. Okay.
He needed one more joke.
Running out of
Kevin
time.
nailed it.
It's good enough. We'll throw it in for tomorrow.
And final one. What was Zeus doing at the Greek orgy?
I don't know. What was he doing?
Trying to get in Pandora's box?
That is smart comedy.
Okay, there you go. All right. All right, little kid or drunk adult. We all do dumb things. Sometimes you're a little kid. Other times you are a drunk adult when you do. If you got a story for us, you can send it to us. Just use the mic drop feature on the free 97.9 WRMF app. Download it, and you actually can win $2,000 in free gas to fill you up for the rest of the year and a 4-day, 3-night stay at the Caribe Royale in Orlando. Just take the keyword gas and enter it into the app, and boom. You can get all that kind of stuff. And Randy's got another entry word for you, so you get 2 entries today to double your chances of winning. All right, we had Erica submit this on the app. Was she a little kid or a drunk adult? What is the dumb thing you did, Erica?
I crapped the bed. I crapped the bed when I was sleeping over at a friend's house.
She pulled an Amber Heard.
I got to tell you, it's very topical.
Yeah. Okay, crap the bed. Staying over at a friend's house. Little kid, drunk adult. That's a coin flip. Are you more apt? I think you're more apt to poo as a drunk adult than as a little kid, even.
Really? I don't know. I went to a school with a couple of kids that crap themselves all the time.
Really?
Yes.
Where'd you go?
Lake Park Elementary. I don't want to dox.
Lake Poop?
Yeah.
Elementary, everybody there just crapping their pants?
I think they're still local.
I don't think I knew of a kid that ever pooted a sleepover. Thankfully, they held their bowels. What do you think, Virginia?
I'm
gonna
going
go drunk adult.
Drunk adult.
Bird?
Little kid.
I was going to say, you got to stick with it. Okay, Erica, what were you?
I was a drunk adult. I was not a kid when that happened. I had too much to drink, and I was sleeping over with my friends. And the best part of it was that I was actually trying to cuddle with a guy I had a huge crush on.
Crush is ruined.
Hey.
No more crush.
Whoa.
If that guy was crushing you back, he's no longer.
Okay, Rick has got one here. Rick, what is the dumb thing you did?
I got mugged while at a circus.
Got mugged at a circus?
Was it part of the circus?
It's not your fault.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got mugged at a circus, that's on the mugger.
Yeah.
Like the first one, you crapped the bed, that is your fault.
Totally
It's
on you. It's your bung.
Yes.
I would say he was a drunk adult on this. I mean, who's going to mug a kid?
I don't know.
The easier targets.
Yeah? That's crazy if you mugging a kid.
I'm going to say little kid.
Okay, what do you think, Bird?
I'll go drunk adult.
Okay, I'm staying a drunk adult too. What were you here, Rick?
I was a drunk adult. I got hammered on rum and stumbled out into the parking lot to smoke some weed. And these 2 guys dressed as cowboys kicked my ass and took my wallet.
Whoa.
Damn.
So were the cowboys part of the circus, or were they just dressed as cowboys?
There's a lot of places people just dress as cowboys.
Kevin, I have so many questions here.
And usually you think like the cowboys are the good guys.
Not always.
Not this time.
You need to watch Tombstone.
Wow. How about that? Okay. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Elise with a submission from the WRMF app on the mic drop feature for little kid or drunk adult. What's the dumb thing you did, Elise?
I bit an egg and cut my lip on an eggshell.
I bit an egg and cut my lip on an eggshell. Those things are sharp, as Jaybird found out when he was headbutting them that one
A
time.
lot of blood. So much blood.
Yeah, they're like little razors.
Yeah, they cut me up really good.
Yeah, you bled everywhere, but we still cooked up the eggs.
We didn't waste the eggs. Thank you, Virginia. Let people know we did not waste the eggs.
Is that something a little kid or a drunk adult would do?
See, this could go either way. Because a little kid, I could see you wanting to eat an egg. It looks like a big old marshmallow. I get it.
I'm going to go drunk adult because you're thinking maybe it's a hard-boiled egg and you're so drunk you don't see it has a shell on it still, and it's not only not a hard-boiled egg that's peeled, it's actually a raw egg.
Side note, when Virginia's drinking and she's eating hard-boiled eggs, I get real bummed out because I know it's going to smell real bad real soon.
It's one of my favorite junk foods to eat in front of him.
Oh, and she's all drunk. Oh, these eggs are gross. So gnarly.
So much open mouth chewing.
Little kid.
Virginia?
I think it's a little kid as well.
Okay, two little kids. I'm going drunk adult. What were you here, Elise?
So I was a little kid. I was trying to be like my big brother who was biting into eggshells. And I actually grabbed one and tried it first, and it didn't work. So I tried harder, which was a mistake because it totally slashed my lip. I was bleeding everywhere, and my brother got in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Your brother got in trouble? I don't know if that's fair either. I mean, he's not the one that sliced your lip.
Wow. Okay, we got some confessions. People have been texting in to us. Thank you very much. Always love to hear what you got to say. Get it off your chest. 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. Virginia, I thought this confession might get your attention. Somebody confessing here, they say, I am a sommelier at a top restaurant in Miami, and I can't tell the difference between any of the wines. And when people ask me about them, I just read the description off the website that we buy them from.
Oh, look at that. You and that person have a lot in common.
Wow. They're just faking it till they make it.
Well, it can be done.
I feel like a lot of wine people are faking it just to sound cool. They're guessing the right one. And the wine people need to sit down.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, I pretty much only drink the really cheap stuff, and I have had a few bottles that were not crazy expensive, but I think I had one that was around $50 to $75. I thought I noticed a difference. It just seemed to be smoother than some of the real cheap ones.
Oh, look, if we're hanging out with a bunch of wine people, here's my move. I take a sip.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. It's a fine year we've got here.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
That's what you do?
Let that comment marinate. Oh, yes, Bird. It is a 1912 Maroon, or whatever they call them.
A Maroon, yeah.
A 1912 Maroon.
Yeah. Is the year still something? Is that something that people always talk about, Virginia?
Yes, I think it is, because different years had different climate things happening.
Okay.
So
Right. It was a good year for this or a bad year for that.
Exactly.
The year, I still see people do that. Like they'll sniff it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people yelling out 1912 Maroon, though.
It was big back in the 1910s.
Uh-huh. Somebody else confessing here, they said, I'm 32 years old, and I thought until last week that local anesthetic was one which was specific to the town you lived in.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Life is hard.
Yeah. Okay. I guess, yeah. Somebody else said, my cousin's dog peed in his motorcycle helmet, and he found out when he put it on. This isn't a confession. I just wanted everybody listening to KVJ to know. Okay.
Dude, you have a home here.
It does suck.
It sucks.
And your dog hates you.
Oh, my gosh.
Just so you know, your dog is diabolical.
Yeah. Somebody else confessing, they say, I find it strangely comforting when I go to the toilet and I take a seat only to discover that it is still warm from the previous occupant.
It's so awful. It's one of the most terrible things about public bathrooms.
It skews me out so much. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like the body's still warm kind of thing. I'm like, oh, it's just, oh man.
Growing up, we shared one bathroom. It was everybody in my family, one bathroom.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could always tell, oh, mom was just here.
Yeah, but that's home. That's your family. That's
Right.
your blood.
It still feels weird if it's warm.
But you're at work.
It's someone else's ass heat.
It is.
I don't want to feel someone else's. I don't
No.
find that comforting.
Not, especially not during that.
Yeah, I don't agree with you.
Not
on that.
considering what they were just doing.
Listen to this. Somebody sent in this text. They said, during labor, I had the big O.
What?
And I was taken by such surprise, but since my parents were watching, I tried to make it look like my reaction was from pain. Their reaction was confusion. They will never know the truth.
We've talked about that women have confessed.
I think, maybe
it's
that's
rare.
where it came from.
But it happens, Virginia.
I can't imagine. Like, it was just so uncomfortable and terrible.
But think about that situation. You're having the big O as your parents are watching you.
And you're delivering a baby.
Hey, well, that's just...
What else can we throw in the mix?
There's a lot going on.
Mother Nature can be so confusing at times.
Oh, my gosh. Somebody confessing here, they say, I get calls for the local Chinese takeout because the number's just one digit off from mine. And I, usually give the folks the right number. It's not a big deal. But this weekend, this angry woman refused to believe me when I told her that, sorry, this isn't the Chinese restaurant. And she kept calling.
Oh, my.
Eventually, I took her order and said, yeah, it'd be ready in 30 minutes. I don't blame you on that.
Denny's had that with one of his numbers before. It was off from another number from a doctor's office. And I guess this doctor was always helping out hearts for old people. And this old woman left a message on Denny's voicemail. I can't make my appointment, but my heart hurts. So Denny's now has to go find the doctor. He's like calling them up. Yeah, I know.
Oh, my gosh.
He's like, I can't help.
I think I'm having a heart attack.
I need to reschedule. It's like, oh gosh, I got to call. I got to reschedule it for this lady I don't even know.
Wow.
But if you ignore it, he would feel terrible.
The guilt.
The guilt.
Another confession here says, last Christmas Eve, my wife and I realized that we hadn't gotten enough presents for our son, and his sister had twice as much stuff. So we went to his toy box, and we found some toys he never plays with, and we wrapped them. He loved them, and now they're back at the bottom of the toy box, but okay.
That's just awesome.
That's a pretty good little parenting trick.
It's a great trick.
You won.
Huh. How about that? Somebody said, my fiance cheated on me. We split. Then he came by a few weeks later to pick up his jacket. I knew he was on the way, so I bought myself a dozen red roses and a bottle of baby oil that I poured half of down the sink. I left both on my nightstand. His face was hilarious when he saw it, worth every penny. Okay. That's an interesting thing to put there.
Baby oil.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of gnarly. Let me see here. Somebody confessing and say, I've completely fallen out of love with my girlfriend, but our friendship group is so tight-knit that I can never break up with her. Her two best friends are dating my two best friends, and I love them all so much. I'll probably marry her to keep the gang together.
Well, I mean, this happens. I've seen a breakup torpedo a whole friend group.
Oh, wow.
For those same kind of reasons. Sides, cliques, factions are made, Kevin.
I mean, you're going to take it all the way to marriage?
Now that guy's he's being very dramatic.
That's so sad, though. You can't stay in a marriage or marry a girl that you don't want to be with because you love her for the right reasons. I mean, this is not going to work in the long term, dude.
It's not a good move.
It's not.
We just don't agree with your strategy.
Yeah. This one says, I love and adore my husband, but I'm so happy he went to his family's house for a visit. He believes that proper women don't fart. So tonight, I'm proving him wrong. I'm going to dine on chili and blast the night away, freely in bed. Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Girls fart.
Party for one.
That is not... Girls and guys, it depends on the person. I have heard and seen some big-time female farters on this planet.
Married to one.
There you go. Exhibit A, Your Honor.
And I kind of like wrapping up on these sweet confessions. Somebody said, my neighbor is a middle-aged widow. She's on a fixed income and doesn't have enough money for Wi-Fi, and she's too proud to use mine.
Aw.
So I renamed my Wi-Fi Free Neighborhood Wi-Fi, and I told her about it. And I read it on Nextdoor, and I told her what the password was. And my neighbor is now halfway through getting her online degree, and I'm so proud of her.
Oh, that's adorable.
He renamed it Free Neighborhood Wi-Fi and said, hey, you know, they have this. That's really cute.
Oh, what a good guy.
That is nice. All right, got something you want to confess? You can let us know. 877-979-WRMF. All right, do we need some confessions here from the KVJ Show? There's always interesting rumors that are floating around the halls, and Dennys sits in the studio right next to us and does his work even after the show, and his door's kicked open, and so people are always kind of walking in there. Dennys is like the guy that everybody comes in and talks to.
He knows everything going on.
He does. He is the eyes and ears of this institution. But in second place, people do trust our suits as well.
Okay.
And they're always in that room together. And boy, people like to talk. And the thing I like about them, they don't give up their sources.
They've created a nest.
Yeah.
Where sources are not revealed. If you tell them something, I mean, yeah, they might tell us, but they won't say it came from you.
I have seen this go down at parties and other gatherings where Dennys is just chilling with me, and people that I've known my entire life, or maybe we just met them, they start opening up and telling Dennys everything.
Everything, yeah.
I heard it at my
got that
birthday
kind of
party.
face, yeah.
I couldn't believe some of the stuff I was hearing. Confessions.
He's got that demeanor.
If you want to know the gossip, and I always want to know the gossip, especially the work gossip. Ooh, there's a juicy story in the hall.
Yeah.
I need the details. I know I go to Dennys.
Dennys and Suits have gotten me all of the best gossip from this floor. I know it all because of them too.
Men trust Dennys and women love Dennys. So everybody tells him everything.
And after you saw that TikTok video yesterday of Dennys in a dress,
oh yeah,
my boy packing heat.
Yeah, he is.
The women love him even more.
Yeah, that two-tone, baby.
Get him, Big D.
That's it. New nickname, Big D. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
Dennys. Apparently, there's a rumor going around that I tell everybody on the show when to talk, and you can't talk without my permission. And then if you do, I'll scold you after the show.
Yeah. I mean,
where are you talking? You were supposed to talk.
Good luck trying to contain the raging Cajun and the bird.
Yeah, we're pretty much uncontainable.
Yeah.
But imagine that, though. After the show, Kevin yelled at us.
All right, you and you and you and...
Kevin don't care.
That rumor is not true.
So not true.
I'm going to throw some out here, Virginia. I'm going to see if you can figure out who these rumors are about. There's a rumor going around these here halls that somebody here on KVJ has a matching tattoo with their partner. Same tattoo. Who do you think that would be about?
Matching tattoo with their partner.
Yeah, uh-huh. So you'd have me, you'd have Dennys.
You. I think it's you, Kevin.
You think it's me?
You and the Queen.
It's not me, it's Suits.
Suits?
There's a rumor him and, as you would say, his secret girlfriend have matching tattoos.
Suits, get in here and strip down. Right now.
Every inch.
Everyone's got to defend themselves against these rumors.
I need to know, did you and the secret girlfriend run off and get tattoos? You've only been dating like 6 months. That's a little quick.
There is no tattoo. I have absolutely no tattoos whatsoever.
Prove it.
But how does that rumor even get started?
I have no idea. Who the hell's coming up with that? Hey, this is the first time actually hearing of this one. So
That's a good one.
You're not inked, are you, at all?
No, I have none.
Oh, we go ink our boy. We go ink our boy.
What's your stance on ink?
I don't have a problem with it. For me, I don't know why. I've never really felt like I wanted to get any tattoos or like, I don't mind, like, Ashley has her share of tattoos. I think they're cool.
What if we
the
gave,
secret girlfriend has tattoos?
Yeah.
Wow.
What if we gave you a big cruise ship tramp stamp?
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Or you could make it look like it's sinking into your crack.
Okay.
Kevin,
You're an idea man, Kev. I like where this is going.
That's such an amazing idea. Gosh, if I love
Like the
boats
Titanic.
That's a great idea. You got to do it. I think you have to do it.
The Titanic
Or a
sinking into-
NASCAR?
Oh, you could have a car coming out of your crack. That would be amazing.
I'm kind of digging the Titanic sinking right there.
It's a great idea.
Okay, so that's not true. What about this rumor here? There's a rumor going around that somebody here on KVJ took somebody's orange juice that wasn't theirs from the work fridge and drank it. I guess that'd be the
All right.
main communal fridge in
Let's
the
do
kitchen.
process of elimination. I don't think the bird's going for OJ.
It's not my favorite.
No.
I like it. It's got some pulp.
Okay. So who do you think it would be then, Virginia, if it's not Jay Bird?
I think Dennys took the OJ.
You think he did? You think the rumor's true?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Dennys?
Wow. Trixie thinks it's true. It's not Dennys. The rumor's about you.
Oh,
Me?
Yeah.
Damn, you OJ stealer.
There's a rumor you're stealing OJ from the work fridge.
Bitch, I have a juice endorsement. I don't need your juice.
She talks a lot about juice. I'm just saying, if you don't listen to the show and she's always talking about juice, you go, who would drink a juice?
I am juice rich. If there's one thing I have in my fridge, it's squeeze.com juice.
You see how non-defensive Suits got when he was defending himself, and
Yeah.
see how Virginia.
I know, look at her. Yeah, very defensive.
I'm
What do they
peaceful.
say about that?
Juice rich.
I wish there was footage of Virginia downing an orange juice in the kitchen.
You need to go post that on the fridge.
Well, I'll go do it now.
Do we know what kind of orange juice it was? We should get a full glossy of Virginia chugging down orange juice and just get a magnet, put it right on the fridge.
If there's any juice back there in that fridge, I will go chug it right now.
There's a rumor going around that somebody here on KVJ got into a verbal fight in the middle of a restaurant in Palm Beach Gardens. Who do you think that rumor's about, Virginia?
A verbal fight.
A verbal
in
fight,
Gardens
yeah.
in a restaurant.
Screaming match in the middle of a restaurant.
Screaming match.
Yeah.
Now, was it with staff or was it with their own person in their group?
Don't know that. Don't know.
I'm going to say that's you, Kevin.
You gonna say it's me?
No way. That's
Yeah.
me.
It's
It's
Bird.
you?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
That's not me. I saw the details of that rumor, and they even named the restaurant. I haven't even been to
Olive
that
Garden, yeah.
I haven't been to that restaurant
Yeah.
yet in Gardens.
There's a
Is there-
new Olive Garden.
In Gardens, yeah. And I want to go. No one seems to be that jacked up to want to go, but I have not been in that Olive Garden yet. So, it was not me. Fake Jason.
Screaming.
And what about this rumor, Virginia? Who's it about? Apparently, somebody here on KVJ was almost suspended from the show because of an issue with a boss. But apparently, the rest of the show stood up for them, and so they didn't suspend them. Because who do you think
There's
that's
that
about?
rumor going on. It's going on out there.
Who do you think that
Nikki.
rumor's about?
That might have been me.
It is you.
That is you. You finally got one. You are right.
Yeah, I pissed off a boss pretty good about 6 weeks ago.
Well, if something like that happens,
Yeah.
there's rumblings.
Well, that pissing the boss off formulated into a rumor that was going around, just so you know.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Oh, this is tough. I guess you can no longer get married by Elvis in Vegas.
That seems weird to me.
Yeah, they have put a cease and desist. I mean, after all this time, now you're going to do it?
Right. And there's so many people that you can do a performance as an Elvis impersonator, but you can't be a part of a wedding as an Elvis impersonator. Couldn't you argue that that's a performance as well?
The reason why, I guess right now, and I think it might wind up in court, but Nevada has a right of publicity law, and I guess the Elvis-themed stage shows they have in Vegas is not covered because impersonating somebody for live performances is considered an exception. So that law might be challenged, but they're saying when it comes to a wedding, you can't use the likeness, you can't even use the voice. You can't be like, you can't even do all that stuff.
It seems a little silly, guys.
It does.
I mean, come
It does.
on.
It probably will go to court too because they say that Las Vegas's Elvis wedding industry generates $2 billion a year.
Uh-huh.
And apparently there's like this big company now that handles the estates of like Elvis and Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
And like it's this big company that is now doing
They're
this.
clamping down on this.
Not
yeah.
necessarily like Elvis's family.
Right, they want paid. Yep.
It's now or never.
You see the new Elvis movie that's coming out?
People are talking about it even in the chat room. They're going, that's why Elvis has got a little bit of a resurgence going on.
That might be why the timing. Yep. Yeah, that actually explains it. Because I'm like, why now? Okay, yeah.
Because I felt like a couple of months ago we were talking and making fun of how no one likes Elvis anymore.
Yeah, we were.
Damn, they made Elvis cool again.
They did.
The guy they have playing young Elvis is delicious.
Is he?
He's so adorable. Magnolia, my daughter, texted me yesterday. I want to go see the new Elvis movie when it comes out.
Okay.
Like, what?
Well,
because of the heartthrob?
I guess.
It's got Tom Hanks in it. He's playing Colonel Parker, so it's a Tom Hanks movie. It comes out June 24th, so I guess that would explain the timing of this.
Are they going to cover how Elvis Presley got a black belt in karate within 2 days? Are they going to cover that part?
I don't know. I hope so. Be nice. Passengers on a Pennsylvania amusement park ride were left suspended upside down in the air due to a mid-ride malfunction.
Oh, damn.
Jeez. Keep going to these bunk amusement parks, and this kind of stuff keeps happening. The ride's going to remain closed while the review is conducted. It seems like a good idea.
It definitely does.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I'm, like, stuck upside down. Good Lord. A 56-year-old woman in Alabama tried to win a fight with her boyfriend, and she had a convincing way of doing it. When she wanted to make her point, she decided to hop in a Mack truck and drive it into their mobile home. He was on the porch and suffered leg injuries.
That'll do it.
Oh, yeah, I'll show you.
That would work.
That would work,
He's lucky he didn't die.
Yeah. No word if they've been drinking, but this did happen about 3:45 a.m. on Memorial Day, so there's a good chance.
He might be dead inside, Virginia.
She's facing attempted murder charges for that. Somebody being dubbed as a hero is a possum wrangler. Apparently, in Brooklyn, a possum wandered into a bar last Thursday, and there was a woman who's originally from Alaska. She's like, well, this ain't a problem because all them city slickers are freaking out. They're possum!
What do we do?
She just walks right up and picks it up by the scruff of the neck and walks it right outside and be like, you're a hero.
That's country.
You saved our life.
That is country.
Yep.
And impressive.
I got a little possum sneaking around my house.
Yeah?
Kind of running. We have a neighborhood possum right now.
Aw.
Yeah, it's cute until I see that tail, and then I kind of want to vomit.
Not as cute.
You are your mother's son.
I don't like a possum's tail.
Yeah. And to let you know, 3 world records were just broken. A 103-year-old woman in Sweden became the oldest person to skydive. A guy in France did 765 bungee jumps in 24 hours.
Whoa.
A lot of stuff in the air.
Yeah, and then a girl from Vermont crushed a world record by walking 639 feet across a tightrope in 4-inch heels.
I got that. If I just wasn't scared of heights, I'm really good at heels, though.
We could do a tight low rope.
My dad made one for us.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, my dad made a tight rope, and it was the shortest one. And
Trying to ride a bicycle across it.
It took him so long to make that, and that bit lasted literally under 1 second.
Yeah. It fell off. Like, okay, we're done.
It wasn't cheap either to make.
I know. Maybe we'll skip this one.
Look, you got the ponytail record. Just live with that.
I do have the ponytail record.
Yeah.
No one's really...
no one's talking about it.
No one's talking about it, and no one's fighting me. There's zero passion for it.
Zero news coverage. Zero respect.
Mm-hmm.
Zero.
Jaybird is a native Floridian, and not until yesterday had he ever heard the term junk fish. Now, you were chilling at a park, and somebody came up and offered you some junk fish?
Well, some dude he had all these fish, and he was going around to certain people saying, do you want to buy this? And they came up to me. He's like, you want this bonita? I'm like, no. And the one guy heard, because I guess the guy was hanging around for a while, and when the guy walked away, that guy's been trying to sell junk fish all day. I'm like, huh, all right, cool. Then I talked to Dennys about it. He's like, oh yeah, man, junk fish is a thing.
We used to go deep sea fishing, right? And you catch a bunch of extra fish. They would have extra ones, some they'd keep, and they would keep some of the, I guess they used to call them junk fish, and they would sell them at the dock when they came back after taking back the crew from deep sea fishing.
What makes them junk fish? Is just that you already have enough, or are they just kind of...
They aren't of the quality of other fish you get from the ocean.
The market value doesn't pay the high price. They don't taste as good, maybe. I don't know.
And a lot of them, I think, have worms.
Yeah, I don't know much about fish.
What?
I know bonita is not one you want to get involved with.
I think
usually.
Yeah, worms in their
I was like, I'm good, man. I don't want no worm fish.
That's not a good. Bonita's not considered a good fish.
No, it's one that, at least on deep sea fishing, that was one they always, you caught it. It was a fun fight, but they would, sometimes they'd keep it as junk fish or they'd throw it back in the water.
Now, I'm sure you'll get some Guy Harvey from Stewart emailing, no, you can totally fillet a bonita.
If Guy Harvey calls in, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think you can eat it, but I think you have to, your stomach has to be, acclimated to it.
What about you, Aquaman? You're the one of the sea. You never heard of this?
I've heard of it. I don't eat junk fish.
I don't eat junk fish.
Sorry.
Oh, you would have
sorry.
You would have been so turned off by this guy, what he was wearing, what he looked like, and his approach. You would have been.
Yeah, I don't buy fish from scragglers in a park.
The guy, he might have been on something. I don't know.
I'm sure he was. He's walking around trying to get crack money selling junk fish.
I think people go out there, try to catch what they can, and then sell it at the dock.
But
what does it say about you that you look like a junk fish consumer?
In my defense, he was asking a lot of people. A lot of people.
No one's ever tried to sell me junk fish.
Well, because you're stuck up.
I'm wondering if Virginia would do this. She wouldn't eat junk fish, but would she eat poop daily? Kim Kardashian says she would.
What?
But why? She said that if she would look young for that price, she would eat poop daily to maintain a youthful appearance.
If poop was like the fountain of youth.
Let's say that was it, and you would never age. Age would not come to your face or your body, but it meant you had to eat poo every day. Would you do it, Virginia?
How much poo are we talking about?
One solid bite. And I'll even let it be your own.
She'd do it, dude. She would definitely do it.
I mean, listen to how long it's taking for her to process
Your
this.
silence says it all.
You wouldn't eat junk fish, but you would do this just to never age.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it from never age. Like I stay this face forever.
Kev, I don't eat junk fish, Kev.
Every day you take a solid nibble of your own poo. You don't add a day.
It'd be awful, but I think I would have to consider it.
If you held your breath, took a bite, and just swallowed it like a Flintstone vitamin, and you did some Kahlua to chase it down.
Some people
you need something stronger than Kahlua.
Some people do actually do caca pills. They have a way to do that. It's something that deals with bacterial stuff.
I believe it.
Yeah, those people are weird.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're just eating poo and you're just downing poo thinking it's going to help you, I don't know.
I almost sent you that Kardashian story. I was reading it today, and then I got so sidetracked because I got mad. I realized halfway through, it is... The article I read, it just starts talking about her skin line and her skin care. Oh, I was like, no.
That's the headline to get your attention, to get you in. Yeah,
that's what they did.
Don't
They
be a
tricked
sucker.
you.
Don't go for the whole thing.
I said, oh, Kim Kardashian poop. This will be...
And if you want to buy her whole skin line, it's only going to set you back almost $700.
And I'm still going to have crow's feet. It ain't going to work.
That's why she's worth over $1 billion. I'll have Suits put up a KVJ TV poll because I'm curious how many ladies would agree to this. Ladies, if you would never age a day, would you eat a bite of your own poo daily?
Would you do it?
No.
I could do that easily, man. I could eat the whole thing.
You would do it? The whole thing? He's even going more.
Well, I'm not celebrating
I would
the
like
fact.
to eat the whole turd, Kevin.
Yeah. Go for it.
Well, I just feel like a bite.
Well, if I eat the whole
eternal
turd,
youth.
if I eat the whole turd, will it start reversing? Will I get younger?
Okay, yeah.
Damn.
By a day. By a day.
By a day.
It's making that poo look more and more appetizing.
She's going to be 10 years old before you know it.
10,000 turds later.
Oh, my gosh. You're going to get a poop endorsement.
Wow. That really is just amazing to me to see just how much some people really want to be young, that they would consider doing that.
And the funny thing is that father or mother time is going to get you no matter what kind of facelift you want to get, no matter what kind of Botox you want to get, you turn young old. Kenny Rogers, you turn into that.
I don't know. I think you can subtly slow down the hands of time very, very well if you have a few things. A skilled, experienced facial plastic surgeon. And if you have realistic expectations and you don't try to go too big, too bold. Little things Done. Something when you're 40, something when you're 50, something when you're 60. So that's not when you turn 60, you have this big drastic thing where your whole entire face changes so crazy suddenly.
You say a lot of things on the radio that have random people stop me in the store to talk about.
This is going to be one of them.
It happened yesterday. I was at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Cheryl, who's very nice, KVJ Nation, she stopped me in the middle of Whole Foods, right by the hot bar, and she goes, "You need to tell Virginia not to get the facelift." And she went on a 10-minute...
Not to get the facelift or not to get the threading?
She said facelift, and she was showing me scars on her skin. This is in the middle of Whole Foods, by the way.
Damn, Cheryl.
Tell Cheryl not to worry. Virginia started eating her own poo.
Oh, what if they had the poo on the hot bar at Whole Foods?
Oh, other people would get it because it's at Whole Foods. And it's going to be expensive, too.
Okay.
Whole Foods.
So where do people stand on this? Kim Kardashian said if she would never age, she would eat poo daily. Ladies, would you? Right now, 75% are saying no.
I'm glad to hear that.
1 in 4 ladies are saying they would.
That's my crazy girls.
Wow.
That makes sense. It's always about 20, 25%.
We're here. We're not going anywhere.
That's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. All right, I got a topic right now that is kicking up on the KVJ Show Facebook page. I'm going to check in with in just a second. They got that Platinum Jubilee going on for Queen Elizabeth II for 4 days. They're just throwing down in England.
I think Meghan Markle and Harry are supposed to be going.
They are.
And they haven't even really gone over and hung out with the fam at all.
No, it's going to be kind of like a reunion because they're back. I guess he's kind of, tight again with his brother. And for the first time, the Queen gets to see, the new kid that... they had.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This is fascinating.
So if America had a queen or king, who would you want it to be? I'll be checking in with your answers coming up. I guess England's kind of the place to be, at least for the next 4 days. They love when they finally get good weather, and it's kind of nice there now. And they've got the Platinum Jubilation that is going on right now for Queen Elizabeth II, 75 years on the throne.
Get it, Queen.
Dying. So for 4 days, they're going to be turning it up to celebrate their longest-running monarch and their history. So impressive for them. But if America had a queen or a king, who would it be? And I'll tell you right now, it's early on. I just posted this not long ago on our KVJ Show Facebook page, but Dolly Parton is running away with the early comments. People would be like, how awesome would it be to have Queen Dolly? She's just sweet and lovable, and America would be like, that's our girl.
And she's a good leader, too. I feel like Dolly commands a room. Dolly speaks, you listen.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, and she's not real judgy, and she doesn't condemn people, and you just kind of like all that part about her.
She stays out of politics.
She's got good quotes. She got that rainbow quote that's nice. Everyone loves.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Is this on?
Well, what is the rainbow quote?
It's the one, you can't enjoy the rainbow without getting a few pieces of the rain on you. I'm paraphrasing. She does it way better. Shut up, bird.
Pieces of the rain.
Pieces of rain?
Now, you know what? I'll make that my thought of the day. I'll look it up.
Okay.
Coming up.
Good call.
Mm-hmm. Some of the early votes that we got right now, if we had a king, The Rock is getting some of those.
King of the Ring.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I mean, you talk about handsome and big and strong.
Seems to have a good head on his shoulders, too, when it comes to, handling life situations. The Rock seems to always do it right.
I mean, during a debate, he could rock bottom somebody.
Yeah, no doubt.
Believe it or not, there's people that would vote for The Rock if he rock bottoms somebody on stage.
I'd love to see him rock bottom you.
I want to get rock bottom by him. That sounds pretty dirty.
Most people are going with Tom Hanks. He's right now winning on.
He's political, though. He's polarizing. Yeah. I don't know.
I think Chet brought him down.
Chet doesn't help. Mm-hmm. Although Chet's starting to there is a movement of people that are starting to like Chet a little bit.
Those people are idiots.
I'm telling you, Virginia, you're going to see some popularity with Chet.
No, guys, we can't encourage Chet.
And if you want entertainment, people are suggesting King Johnny Depp and Queen Amber Heard.
Oh, boy.
good heavens. Wow.
Obviously, on a local level, the Kevin Ross.
Oh, yes, right, yes.
He's already married to the Mexican queen.
I mean, it works out
It
perfect.
does work out.
Halfway
doesn't it?
there.
Yeah, okay. Ed Sheeran's going to be performing at the little Platinum Jubilee pageant that they got. Of course, he's going to be there singing for the Queen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're British, this is the ticket, baby.
Yeah. If you had to have anybody sing, I think that Ed Sheeran would be there. They've got Alicia Keys, Duran Duran, Rod Stewart, David Beckham, Julie Andrews is all going to be a part of this. The band Queen, of course. I mean, Queen playing for the Queen, right?
Oh.
Freddie Mercury's coming back.
Wow.
It would be one of the biggest stories.
Zombie Freddie.
Yeah. Saturday at Buckingham Palace. It's all going down. BBC's going to have it.
I don't think people would take that well. A zombie Freddie Mercury. I think that would be too intense.
It's pretty horrifying.
It would be horrifying. Humans couldn't handle that.
Yeah, they don't have to. They got, what's his name? Adam Lambert that does all of it.
Is he now their front man, like solid?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the one that always sings. Yeah.
2011 call.
I didn't know if he was just doing guest stints.
And she does the dirt.
Yeah. No, when he was at Sunfest, Adam Lambert even did a lot of Queen songs.
Oh, he's been up in Queen
yeah.
for a while.
So he goes on without Queen, but Queen don't go on without him?
No, don't think so, because I don't have anybody else to sing the songs.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's the one that sings all their songs.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're confused.
I'm over here learning. Why
Yeah.
don't you study that quote you just effed up a minute ago by Dolly Parton?
It's gonna be awesome.
Focus.
I will.
I got a round of Who Dat Celebrity here. I got a clip of somebody famous, and I'm going to have you both write down who you think it is.
Oh, they're talking and we got to guess.
From this, yes. They're going to be talking. Who is this that is talking? Okay, you ready to write this down?
Ready.
All right, who is this celebrity right here?
To add on top of that, to the unfairness and torture of that, he's also a wonderful person, wonderful human being, and I could not have asked for a better co-star.
Okay. All right. Well, they're very high on this person.
Can I get another taste of that?
Yeah.
Just a taste.
They're talking somebody up.
To add on top of that, to the unfairness and torture of that, he's also a wonderful person, wonderful human being, and I could not have asked for a better co-star.
Okay. Wonderful person, a wonderful human being.
Yeah.
I couldn't have asked for a better co-star.
That's easy because I'm plugged in, Kevin, with pop culture and the youth.
Okay, what did you write down, Jaybird?
Only talking about Zendaya.
Oh, okay. All right. Virginia, what did you write down?
That's the chick from Pirates of the Caribbean talking about working with Johnny Depp.
You are partially right, but not the part that counts.
Damn it.
That is somebody talking about Johnny Depp, but it's not his co-star from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Which movie?
One of us is wrong.
You're both wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're actually wrong about that. You're both wrong.
Stop talking.
But Virginia was right. The clip is about Johnny Depp.
To add on top of that, to the unfairness and torture of that, he's also a wonderful person, wonderful human being, and I could not have asked for a better co-star.
Was that Winona Ryder?
No way.
No. Got you guys stumped on this one, huh?
Is it Billie Eilish?
It's not Billie Eilish. That is Amber Heard.
Dang.
Wow.
Look at Kevin with the mind tricks.
You rigged us.
Riggy.
You got riggy with
The
it.
trickery is
That's
thick.
Amber Heard talking about Johnny Depp.
Wow.
Once upon a time, that didn't happen yesterday.
It's been a
In
minute.
case you're wondering. Yeah. Okay, who is this celebrity?
Because it's thrown in your face every day.
Okay. Who is that is talking here?
Because it's thrown in your face every day.
All right. Who do you think that is? Okay, one more time.
Because it's thrown in your face every day.
Virginia, what did you write down?
That's Iron Man.
That's Iron Man. Okay.
What?
What's the actor's name again?
What? Are you
having a brain fart?
You started
Iron
cocaine?
Man?
What's happening over there? Oh my God.
Robert Downey Jr.?
Yes, Robert Downey Jr. His name escaped me.
You think that's Robert Downey Jr.?
Sounds like it.
Oh my God.
This ain't her game.
This is not my game.
Bird, who did you write down?
I put only talking about Al Roker.
Al Roker. You are both incorrect.
Al Roker?
Al Roker? Yeah.
It's not anything like Al Roker.
Because it's thrown in your face every day. I mean, as I mentioned in the
Virginia.
book, there are people who admonish me or
That's
attack
Alec
me
Baldwin.
and use that as a constant spearhead to do that. It's a scab that never heals because it's being picked up all the time by other people.
Yeah, I didn't mean Al Roker. I meant Al Baldwin.
Yeah. Oof.
This ain't my game either.
Oh, wow.
How'd you get Al Roker and Al Baldwin confused? Because they're so alike.
No, I'm just making a joke, dog. Come on.
Okay, nobody's got a point yet.
We are not doing well.
No, you're not.
All right.
Okay,
let's
here you go.
Focus. We're going to get the next three.
Oh, we play as a team now?
Yeah.
All right.
Who is this celebrity?
I would say that it is good to be in love.
Okay. Anything from that?
I would say that it is good to be in love, to write a love song, or to have been in love at one point.
Oh my gosh.
But it's also interesting. There's a lot of music in history that was written by people that have never been in
Got
love.
it.
Okay.
With confidence.
What?
With confidence.
With confidence
I was
now?
writing and talking.
He lost his confidence halfway through saying the word confidence.
Yeah, that's
it's
not
very
really
ironic.
confidence.
Dog, same team. Come on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Same team. Same team.
Jaybird, who are you confident that is?
Only talking about Lady Gaga, the heartbeat of the Top Gun movie.
What did you write down, Virginia?
That is only Taylor Swift.
That's Gaga.
It's Gaga.
Oh, bird! Yes.
Damn it.
Virginia's 0 for 3.
Dang, maybe I should do the dirt tomorrow.
You can have it.
Dirt of the J.
Okay, here we go. Who dat celebrity? Celebrity number 4.
That's my question. He's avoiding me.
Who is this?
That's my question. He's avoiding me.
Can I have one more taste?
Yeah, I'll give you the whole thing.
That's my question. He's avoiding me. I might have to do an old school smackdown walk up on him. Oh no, I would love to work with The Rock. He's a beast.
Okay.
That's if my notes serve me correct, it's kind of a weird clip, no?
It is kind of a weird clip here. What do you think? Here it is again.
That's my question. He's avoiding me. I might have to do an old school smackdown walk up on him.
Okay. All right. Virginia, who is that?
That's Will Smith.
Jaybird?
Only talking about Will Smith.
That is Will Smith. Yes, very nice.
That you had a clip like that about smacking somebody?
Yeah.
You gotta be crapping me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
That's
I
amazing.
would like to see him pull that on The Rock.
That is such an amazing clip.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow. He always talking about slapping.
Yeah. Okay. All right. One more here. Jaybird has gotten 2 out of 4. Virginia's gotten 1 out of 4.
Ooh.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not getting credit for Iron Man.
No. In fact, Kevin should have sent you home.
All right. Who is this celebrity?
You got to the end of this thing and you what? Oh my God, this is hopeful. This is life affirming. It was a struggle to get there, but at the end, it's about something. It's about the human capacities to survive, intellectually, spiritually, and physically.
Okay. He's talking about one of his own movies. That's a clue, because I can see you're struggling with this one.
Is there any way just an appetizer more?
Yeah.
You got to the end of this thing and you what? Oh my God, this is hopeful. This is life affirming.
It's a movie we talk about a lot.
It was a struggle to get there, but at the end, it's about something. It's about the human capacities to survive, intellectually, spiritually, and physically.
It's a classic movie that we talk about as being one of the greatest. It was on our list of perfect movies.
Perfect.
And he is the star of it. Mm-hmm.
Perfect?
Yep, perfect.
I mean, I hate to ask.
Yeah.
And you can deny me.
Okay.
May I have another taste?
Just the bit.
You got to the end of this thing and you went, oh my God, this is hopeful. This is life-affirming.
Okay.
I can see. It's like
Yeah.
there. It's dancing on my eyes.
Yep. Mhm.
Oh,
He was married to a major actress for a while. They were very involved in a lot of projects. They would take on a lot of different campaigns that they would be into. Philanthropists, I guess you could say. They're no longer together, though. They met in another movie that they had done together about baseball. He was in a major movie about baseball.
Your boy got it, and he just...
That's all the clues.
He just sunk the witch.
Okay. All right, Jaybird has got 2. Virginia has got 1. Virginia, who did you write down?
That's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. I'll just save us some time. And go ahead and Bird.
All they're talking about, Tim Robbins.
Oh, Bird got it. Yeah, Tim Robbins talking about Shawshank Redemption. He, of course, was in Bull Durham. Susan Sarandon was his wife there for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She taught Crash Davis how to hit, Virginia.
Yep. I was playing that clip of Tim Robbins, and I didn't realize, somebody corrected me. He and Susan Sarandon never got married. They were together for 14 years, and they got 2 sons together, but they never actually made it official. They split up in December of 2009, and there is like a good 12-year difference in their age.
Yeah, I do remember that. Remember what his nickname was in Bull Durham?
No.
Nuke.
Nuke. Okay. It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
That's a good movie. If you like baseball, it captures minor league baseball and their lifestyle pretty darn... It's good.
Okay.
It's accurate.
Solid stuff, huh? All right, well, Jaybird is going to get it right, and he's going to drop it on us. We have got an awesome quote from Dolly Parton.
I'm just trying to get that southern drawl all ready to go.
Okay. Jaybird's getting all ready. Your thought of the day is next. All right, we got the After the Show podcast going to be coming up here live on YouTube in just a bit. But before we get to that, Bird, wrap it up with your thought for the day.
Y'all, the way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain.
That's a real good Dolly Parton.
Thank you very much.
You came back and nailed it, Virginia. Yeah, look at that, huh?
So proud. The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.